Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 8th episode of Growing Campaigns. Growing Campaigns is a show where we fumble through tabletop gaming online, searching for the best ways to go about it and sharing it with all of you. Not only do we share our gaming techniques and stories, each month we actually have a Dungeons & Dragons themed cocktail. For its 4th and final week, we have the Blood of the Vine Bloody Mary. If you'd like to see how Blood of the Vine or any of our other cocktails are made, you could go to our Dutch Master Gaming YouTube, or just check out DutchMasterGaming.com, which has links to all of our social media and all the forms you can enjoy our content. So, a quick recap of what you saw in last episode is our party went from the village of Barovia and we're heading west towards Vallaki. On their trip, they came across a bridge, and a conflict between Adonis and Helena caused Helena to try to run across the bridge where there was a ghost waiting for anybody who would pass. Here, the ghost possessed Helena and caused into our entire party going unconscious. In and out of consciousness, they all saw different visions. But a few of them were actually saw a fine-dressed man actually look over the party and tell them that he was disappointed in them. They all woke up, some of them themselves, but physically not quite resembling who they once were. So with this new conflict, they decided to double back and head to the Serre Pool, where in the village of Barovia, they were given some information that they could learn a little bit about the land if they went there. So they went to the Serre Pool and they met a very friendly man named Radu, who told them stories about Barovia and welcomed them into their camp to have a drink. After a little bit of revelry, Radu suggested that they talk to Madame Eva before they leave. So our group had their fortune told by Madame Eva after she displayed her power and told a little bit of each of one of their pasts. Now that they believe in her power and accepted this fortune, she now asked each one of them to sit in their into her tent, actually, and have a short conversation with each of them. So we're going to begin our episode with a short conversation individually with Madame Eva, and then we will go ahead and get right back into the story. If you're sitting there wondering why I'm wearing this, I'm actually going to film the next bartender. So if you'd like to check out our channel next Saturday, there will be a new bartender. And anytime, if you'd like to go to our Twitter or even on the video itself, you could tell me which cocktails you'd like to see in future videos. And with that, let's get back into the story. So Eva... Oh shit, sorry. Alright.
Eva.
So Madame Eva calls you Helena into her tent.
Madam Eva? You wanted me?
Oh yes, come on in.
And you walk in, you see the familiar dimly lit room in her tent with the apparated cauldron that she made appear with the ever-burning green flame under it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna... Is there a seat? I'd like to take a seat.
The floor works fine for me.
Oh, okay. And I'll sit cross-legged.
As you sit down, she snaps her fingers and the ground raises slightly and it bumps you up about 5 feet. And now you're
I want to snap my fingers and I want to go down 2.5 feet.
You're a lively one, Helena.
You know, Madam Eva, I think we're a lot alike. So why'd you call me in here?
I would like to discuss a few things with you. First and foremost, both the rules of the arcane and the divine in these lands are not bound by the same rules that you are familiar with. Eva casts Mage Hand. And you've seen this before, and you would expect a spectral hand that would be kind of old and withered like hers, a mirror image of her normal hand. But what floats in front of you is just a pile of bones in the form of a hand. And you watch as the hand floats over, and the forefinger just comes and boops you on the nose.
Oh.
Okay. All joking aside, you have now experienced this lack of limits firsthand. Someone who is very powerful has taken a liking to you. And used these... What?
Is that you, Madam Eva? Are you the someone very powerful that's taken a liking into me?
I
won't tell anybody.
I have taken a liking into you, Helena. But I am not all that powerful.
Oh, I think you're great.
Well, that's just so sweet. Anyways, this entity, person, who knows, has used these loose rules of the lands to keep you from an early grave. As you found, escaping death does not come for free. You'll be burdened by these creatures that follow you now. They will cause you to be susceptible to diseases, and they will cling to you, having no regard for your plans or your movements.
Is there a way to undo it? What if I didn't want this?
Well,
I didn't ask to be brought back, Madam Eva.
I may have lots of answers, and I can see many things. But the reason you are here, I am not sure. And how to get rid of these creatures is also a mystery to me. Having them follow you may make some tasks difficult, but if you learn to gain the creature's trust, you can use this to your advantage, Helena. These creatures have a short attention span, but occasionally, if you're convincing enough, they may listen to you for a brief moment.
I've gotten used to dealing with Gudrun, so I imagine it's similar. I can get used to the animals too, the creatures.
That's the spirit. Such a positive girl, Helena.
You have to be when you're an undead half-hag swamp beast woman.
What?
I have my own difficulties, Madam Eva.
Just because you're different doesn't mean you should let the world change you. And I admire that. Because though physically you may have changed, you are still that upbeat trickster with a good heart.
You're so sweet, Madam Eva. I needed this.
This is truly an unfortunate event, but use it to your advantage.
I'll do my best.
In
Is there anything? Oh.
In your time of death, did you see any visions?
I remember seeing a tower, a spire. I remember being underwater. It's all very much a blur to me, Madam Eva. I try to forget.
It is interesting that you saw these visions. Visions in the time of death are known only as truths, given to you for paying the ultimate sacrifice. Not many get to experience these visions and live. These visions will shape your life, if you are able to escape Barovia. Do not lose sight of these visions. A higher power wanted you to see those images, and may be reaching out to you.
Do you mean there's someone outside of Barovia that's trying to help us?
That very well could be the case. But higher powers are often known to be a bit cruel, and it could be someone toying with you.
Oh,
But
I don't like the sound of that.
the one thing that remains is that what they show you are truth. So find the truth in these images, and again, use them to your advantage.
I'll try my best, Madam Eva.
I have one final question for you. Why do you think you're here?
That's hard to answer. I expect someone put us here, maybe a higher power, to help save Barovia from its curse. But, like you said, it could very well be we were just captured by Strahd, and now we're pawns in his game. But I don't like to think like that.
Strahd, you see, is a curious fellow. And you are a curious creature, Helena. You are not like most, with obvious differences than that of a normal human.
Mostly the smell.
Oh, you can mask those with some of those herbs you use for your potions, I'm sure. You must find the power you wield from these intriguing, unique traits that you have. Strahd likes a good challenge, and maybe he thought a good-hearted trickster from the swamp would provide that challenge. I cannot say for sure, but I wish you luck in the rest of your adventures.
We're gonna need it, I think, Madam Eva. And who knows, maybe I'll see you again. Do you stay around these parts? Or do you travel with the rest of the drunkards?
We do travel, but it's not too uncommon that we are here. I do like it here.
Well, hopefully I'll see you again, and maybe be less dead.
Good luck,
Maybe.
Good luck, Helena. I do believe you'll figure out this puzzle.
Well, I'll be going on my way now.
Wait,
Bye.
one more thing, please. Before you go, take this.
And she hands you over just a tightly wound, small burlap sack. So it's tied up with a ribbon.
Should I open it?
Oh, yeah, of course, you can if you would like.
I'll peek inside.
You look, and you see a couple vials and some common alchemy ingredients to replace the ones you used using your jump potion.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, there's a small jar of honey,
Ooh.
a pickled cobalt eye in another small vial, and another tightly wound sack, a Russian burlap sack, just a smaller one and a bigger one.
Oh, okay.
And
I want to open up that one too, I guess.
It's just packed, filled with what looks to be gem dust. These are all the ingredients for the command potion that she gave you the recipe to.
Nice. Pickled cobalt's eye, how'd you know my favorite? Madam Eva, you're the best. I'm gonna give her a hug.
Oh, darling. It's nice having someone so similar to me in these lands, and I do wish you the best.
I'll do my best to put this to good use.
And I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Okay. Goodbye, Madam Eva.
Thank you, Helena.
And you make your way from her tent. And as you go, she asks that you grab Buyo and bring him.
Boo! Boo! You have to keep that in.
Okay. So, Helena is calling for you as Adonis is pulling you out of the Iveless River.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, you jumped right over the tent into the river.
Jumped into the river.
And
I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah. Adonis with his gills came to save you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so you have Helena asking you to join Eva in her tent.
All right. I'll join Eva. I think I'm still relatively inebriated at this point.
Yeah, you're drunk still.
Yeah.
At least a little. I don't know. You drank a lot, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I even wrote you're poisoned. You're so drunk. So
I'm so poisoned.
yeah.
All right. I'll stumble my way off to Eva's tent.
Okay. As you enter, you see Eva's familiar tent, dimly lit glow, and there's a table that's sitting in front of her where the cauldron and the fire was that she made appear before you left. So she is now sitting at a table, and there's a small 2.5 foot by 5 foot cube that's just sitting out of the ground that you could sit on. And as you enter, she says, "Oh, Buyo, come right in. Make yourself at home."
I'm just gonna point at that cube, be like, "You won't sit there," but I'm not gonna say that.
Have a seat.
All right, okay. And I'll just shamble my way. Take a plop down a little too hard. A little harder than I need to, I guess.
I brought you here, and the others, to talk about the boundaries of magic here in Barovia and how they may differ from what you've learned through your travels in the Meridian Forest.
All right. I didn't know magic could be different in different places.
Well, there's a lot of different things here in Barovia, which is both curious and unfortunate.
You're telling me, Eva.
So, she casts Mage Hand, which is a spell you're very familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
And where you would expect to see a spectral image of her own hand, you see a skeletal hand floating in front of you.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand too.
And yours is doing the same thing.
That's weird. What's going on here?
Some things in the arcane just tend to act a little differently here. Some just cosmetic, like your hand. It is now creating a clone of your skeleton as opposed to the fleshy parts of your hand. Some are more serious, though. These widened boundaries are what brought you back to life, Buyo.
Oh. I definitely don't understand what she's saying, but okay.
Someone very powerful has taken an interest in you and helped you cheat death.
Did they pulled me away from the door?
They did. Which is both a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, I seem to have undergone a few changes since then.
I'm sure you are confused by what you're feeling. But before I get into that part, why do you think you're here, Buyo?
In Barovia or in your tent?
Here in Barovia.
I don't know. All I remember last was I had finally seen my mother, and I was so close to her, and I was here. I was met by a cloaked stranger, I believe, and then all of a sudden somewhere else. I don't know why. I guess I just kind of accepted it as a little bit of my own fate, as one would say, but I still got that goal in mind of finding my mother, and I have to get out of Barovia to do that.
I have my own suspicions of why you are here.
Well, what's that?
This may or may not be the case, but Strahd is a very charismatic man. One with evil tendencies. I believe he sees himself in you.
Is that now?
He's even a musician, you know.
I did not. Is he the one who played for Gudrun? Is he the one who caused Gudrun to hate the fiddle?
I don't think so.
Okay,
You'll have to ask him on that, but,
You think I'll have an opportunity to meet him?
I think you will meet him. More times than you care to. I believe so.
Okay.
I cannot prove it, but I think he may be the one who helped you escape.
Okay. I mean, up to this point, well, let me ask you this: Are we supposed to help the Ismark and Irina folks? Is their goal in line with, what I could be doing to get out of here?
I have given you many tools through my reading that will let you know
Okay.
if your paths align.
All right.
That is a question I have answered.
Wonderful. I guess I'll just have to remember that in the future and read into those signs. What of these other characters that I've aligned myself with for the moment? Are they all a threat to me?
I believe they want what you want, and that is to get out of here.
All right, that's enough for me. Guess I can trust them a little bit more. Coming from a sage like you, who obviously knows a lot more than I have let on. If that's the way it's gonna go, then we'll see what happens.
With all of that aside, I would like to discuss why I brought you here.
Yeah, well, I believe we heard of you, and then we got sidetracked, and I died, and then I didn't die, and then we came to see you. Well, I feel that's also a part of fate.
And I thought I could answer some of those questions that you may have. I can see some parts into the future, but I can't change them. You made it here on your own accord. As for the changes that occurred to you on your way, I did notice on my journey, in my visions. I know you have some newfound urges, we'll say. And
Yes.
some days will be easier than others, and some days those urges will consume you.
Okay. Will it, if I act ahead of it, will the chances be less likely for me to lose control?
If you resist the urges through preemptive measures, or you're able to overcome them that day, those cravings, they will subside somewhat. They will never go away.
Well,
But
you know what happens if I lose control to me?
They will change you. You will gain some benefits, such as resistance to some physical attacks. But these come with a price. And that price I haven't figured out yet. But you'll know it when it comes.
I like the sound of benefits, but I don't like the sound of losing control. Very much like to remain in control. of my actions. So that's good advice. I appreciate the little bit of insight to what it is, what my new affliction.
There is one additional benefit to cheating death. Did you happen to retain any of the visions you had while you were dead?
All I remember is the door.
These visions are sure to come up again. If you are able to escape Barovia, keep these in the back of your mind. They could be pivotal to your survival.
All right.
Before I go, there's one more thing I should bring to your attention. Something you may have overlooked.
What's that?
There is something of yours that now has gone missing.
Is there now? Okay.
You are missing your silvered short sword.
Oh. Reach around. Is this so? Adonis's orb also disappeared. Is that because we took it from the Durst house?
That is a very good observation. But Callie's bracelet went missing as well, and she brought that from home.
No.
I am uncertain the reasons for these missing items. I could not come up with a guess, but maybe it has something to do with each of you, maybe not.
I mean, I didn't really feel a whole lot of connection to that sword. I thought it'd be useful in the future. Guess that'd be the same with Adonis, but for Callie, I mean, a personal object being lost, that, I don't know. I have no guesses. I mean, you know more than I do.
That was just some information I thought I would give to you. I don't know how you would like to approach your situation with your companions, which is why I had you come in here on your own. That is for you to decide and for me to see. I will be watching you, Buyo. And I wish you all the luck.
Thanks, Eva. I appreciate the knowledge you've given me, and I will continue on to Strahd or to otherwise.
Again, good luck. And I will be seeing you again, I'm sure.
Wonderful. I look forward to it. I'll go ahead and stand up and leave the tent.
Oh, before you go, could you please bring Gudrun? I would like to speak to him as well.
All right. Just leave the tent shouting, Gudrun! Gudrun, Wolfman! You're up. Eva, she wants you. I'm gonna take a nap. I need it.
I actually think I, screwed up the order, but it doesn't matter too much.
It is Ryan next.
I thought Ryan was last. Wait, no, this is
He
right.
is last.
Oh, he is last. Yep. Okay. No big deal.
MBD.
All right. I'm gonna go grab him now.
Okay.
I'll text him.
I'll go away.
So, you are being summoned into Eva's tent.
Okay.
And they just ask you, or they tell you that Eva would like a moment of your time.
Okay. I'll go ahead and enter.
And you enter, and you see the familiar tent of Eva's. She has her table sitting out in front of her, and there's a small 2.5 foot by 5 foot dirt cube, and she gestures at it and says,
Gudrun, make yourself at home.
Fine, I come in and I sit down on the cube.
I brought you here because I would like to know, why do you think you're here?
What do you mean here? Here in your tent?
Here in Barovia.
I do not know. I was face to face with my arch nemesis, my slaver, and I was just brought here for no reason. I figured it merely a matter of circumstance. Maybe I fell upon some ill magic. I don't know why I'm here.
I believe that Strahd finds you to be a worthy adversary. A creature who can control the bloodthirsty rage of an orc, all while caring for others. Sounds both powerful and intriguing.
Well, go on, sorry.
As long as you can keep these lands from breaking you.
I have had problems with that, as you can now see, and I'm gonna, I look down at my claws and all my hair. I have not always been this way.
And I will get to that point. I do have some information that may be helpful to you.
Go on.
Well, as you know, all orcs feel the rage of grunge that burn inside of them. This, I know, is inevitable. But most are controlled by it. They become evil, ravaging creatures that know nothing but battle. Which is why death is not the end for them. In death, they are joined in battle by their brethren in an eternal war. You, Gudrun, are special in the ways you have learned to hone that rage gift. That gifted rage from Grunch.
I try my best not to let it control me. Sometimes I do get a little carried away, but it does not have power over me.
It will take a similar fortitude to get a grip on your new gained features, we'll call them. Escaping...
What do you know of these? I was hoping it was just fur and claws. Is there more?
Well, escaping death does not come for free, you know. You can use these gifts to your advantages, as you found with your claws. But be wary of who you approach. Use your companions to keep you out of unfavorable situations.
What do you mean, unfavorable situations?
Well, where you're able to find restraint before. If someone threatens you or your companions, you may not have that same restraint. And it doesn't have to be physically hostile for this to overcome you.
Is there any way to control my fervor?
You have controlled the rage once. I believe you'll find a way to do it again. But I do not have the answer of how for you. And for that I apologize.
Is there no cure? Am I cursed with this forever?
That I do not know. And I wish you all the luck in finding your answers. You do have some very bright companions who may or may not help you in that path. But you are not the only one who finds yourself to be different, if you hadn't noticed.
Yes. Tell me of the other two. The other two that have come back from the dead with me. Buyo. What is his fate?
Very similar to yours. He has been changed and has to deal with his own deformities and some benefits as well. That I will respectfully leave to Buyo to divulge.
guess I'll have to just ask him. I assume the same of the other. No, you have no... You do not want to tell me. You want to just leave it to them? But what if it puts the rest of the group in danger? We need to know.
I brought each one of you in here to give you information about yourselves, not the others. I'm giving you information that will help you and will make you more likely to be successful in the lands of Barovia. I do not feel that you, Gudrun, are in danger from Buyo. But I have been wrong in the past.
Well, that's not very reassuring, but I thank you for the information.
I do have one last bit of advice.
Yes?
No matter how enticing Grumsh's internal battle becomes, continue to resist, Gudrun. You're on the right path, and I truly believe this. This will not be the last time he tries to recruit you. Remember, Gudrun, even though someone has taken notice of you, and wants you here, does not mean you should rely on that. You were given a second chance at life. That does not mean you'll be given a third. Your patron could bore of you, and that could be your end.
I will have to keep that in mind.
So, unless you have other questions, this is the information I would like to present to you.
Well, I thank you. Is there anyone else you need see?
I believe you were last, but at this point I don't remember the order.
Fair enough. Well, then I'll take my leave. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Gudrun, and good luck on your adventures.
I'll get up and both excited for the news and kind of angry that some of my questions about my companions didn't get answered, kind of huff off out of the tent, throw the tent opening open.
Sure enough, and you meet your friends outside. And now I'm going to stop this recording and throw you together with everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, I guess you're still in Discord, so...
Oh yeah, LOL.
Hello and welcome to my campaign.
I don't have to do that part because... Well, that'll still happen when everybody's together.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Okay. Buyo leaves Eva's tent and he calls the two of you to go meet with her. The two of you being Adonis and Callie.
Oh boy. Sorry, rusty. Yeah, 10 man. Give me some more, bro. Well, how was it, Buyo? You gonna pretend to be Buyo? I want to hear you do it. What does he sound like to you?
I only have a Radu. I don't have a Buyo.
Damn.
My southern goes from Cleveland to Radu. I have no in between.
It's Radu light. That's what Buyo is. So just Radu and then hold back a little. It's like Rod don't. You know?
This is all you're doing.
Okay, going in.
Yeah. How about Callie?
So going in.
Yeah, we're marching in.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty rough. Anyway, so you walk in and it's set up like it originally was. There's the faint glow, and she's sitting behind the table that she kind of just willed away for the cauldron towards the end of our last session. And she's just sitting there, wringing her hands, still hunched over the old crone. She just looks you two over and begins.
I'm sure you've noticed your friends have been acting a little differently.
Yeah, a little. One of them even looks a lot different. The other one's always been smelly.
Well, in these lands, there's a temple that has been long lost. With that old forgotten temple lies a gift. The gift to raise the dead. Someone of great power must not want you dead. And by the looks of it, your friends have experienced this. I would not take comfort in this, though. If your dark patron becomes bored of you, it may not be there to raise you next time. Or worse, he may just take your lives for himself.
He?
It's not a woman. We knew it couldn't be.
Pronouns are weird. It. Itself.
But yeah, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah, it's definitely a dude. Well, can you tell us why he's trying to use us?
That, my girl, I do not know.
He's just toying with us. I don't know. Maybe that's it.
Have you said that you were told bits or something in this?
Mike's cutting out a little.
A few of you seem to have said
Oh.
some point.
Oh, it's not any better.
Any better?
Yes, we were told that we were disappointments. I think that's something along the lines of what's happening here. Heard the word disappoint.
You hear that
What
word
did
a
you say?
lot. You're very familiar with the feel of that word.
I feel like DM's projecting. So you just wanted to tell us that? Does that make us aware of the temple?
Well, I wanted you to be aware that these magics come with a cost. And these magics can become available to talented arcane users if they go down a certain path.
I've never really been the religious type.
You see, the arcane acts a little different here in Barovia in general. A simple spell like Mage Hand, and you watch her cast Mage Hand, and where you would normally see like a spectral duplicate of her hand, it's a thin and it's a skeleton's hand. Spells may not act as you may think. It would take...
I like this character, this new tick that she's got.
It's different.
It's different.
If you'd like to take some time, I could show you another example.
Okay.
I know you've been dying to see it, Adonis.
Show me.
She hands you the proper amount of incense to cast
Good cry.
Find Familiar.
Just the incense?
You need incense or
That's whatever.
yeah,
You know what?
charcoal, or I can't remember the other.
Herbs or something. You want me to do it? Is this for me?
Yeah, this is for you.
You got anywhere to burn this?
She snaps her fingers and the cauldron comes back where the table was.
Oh boy.
It's like there's just an ever burning green flame that heats this cauldron that you could use.
No. I mean, this will take me like an hour and... Wait. Shit, how long does this take?
70 minutes.
Hour and 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Maybe. So if you're okay keeping them waiting...
Strap in, Callie. It'll be a while.
Strap it up. Strap
Have
it
you-
up.
Nearby.
Have you, brushed up on your small talk? Because we got plenty of time for that.
No, I have not. Not ever in my entire existence.
That's fine. You'll be
Like, have some small talk.
you'll be busy with your thing.
I'm gonna go into another headspace and kind of just tune everything out for the next hour and 10 minutes.
You start kind of making some incantations in the dirt and saying some, just reading your ritual spell, saying the proper phrases, burning your incense. Is there anything you would like to talk to Madame Eva about during this time, Callie? I can see you saying yes, but I can't hear you saying yes.
I'm very hard of hearing, dear. You have to speak up. I've lived a very long life.
With all of your wisdom, tell me. Can you hear me?
Tell you what.
Do I have?
How many have? Shit. You're a very soft-spoken girl.
Shit.
There's no need to be nervous. It's just the three of us.
How many eyes do?
Okay. Yeah, that came through a little late, but
How many eyes do you have?
it's a riddle.
I don't got time for this shit.
Wow.
Fuck, Adonis, how do we know if she knows these things and they're correct? She can't even tell me how many eyes I have.
Kind of waving back and forth. Nah.
Give me something else that I don't even know. How do we know if she's got the right mental state?
As a fortune teller, I have maybe gone a little mad. That doesn't mean I haven't found useful information. Looking into the future does kind of warps one's view on life.
Said that the arcane is different in Barovia.
Yes.
Is that why my magic almost killed our entire group?
That's just you, darling.
Further questions.
You are bursting at the seams with power, and I have faith that you'll get it under control.
Just scary. I don't know if I should even use my magic anymore because all I have are these people that I'm with. Already almost killed them once.
You're just gonna have to trust in yourself, Callie. You will make mistakes again, and they won't always be bad. Your power does come with some benefit. But there is that, tricky little setback that could happen occasionally. You just need to believe in yourself.
Are you saying that believing in myself is what I should pursue when trying to understand my magic, or is there somebody I should go to?
It is very easy to become accustomed to certain things, to become complacent, comfortable even. You begin to develop obvious tendencies. For example, Callie, take a look at your wrist for me.
And your bracelet with the inlet ruby is missing.
It was just here, I think.
It's
Did you
easy.
take it?
It's easy to overlook things. when you're used to them being there. It's easier to feel comfortable, and then when something goes wrong, kind of overcompensate. These lands are very dangerous, Callie. And you're going to have to use your magic if you want to survive. Don't get complacent in yourself, but don't be uncomfortable with your arcane abilities.
Thank you, Madam Eva. Callie takes her eye patch off to reveal that she does in fact have 2 eyes.
I always thought you had 3.
You can't.
Forgot she had an eye patch.
So did I.
So it's just like, what kind of question is this? I see both. How many eyes do I have?
So, after some painful small talk between Madam Eva and Callie, 70 minutes go by, and tell me, what does your familiar look like? What form does it take?
You just hear a little whoo from the ashes. A little owl, pure white owl, just rises up out of them. I'll call him Al Yankovic. And I'll have him perch on my shoulder.
Hey, Adonis, where did you come up with that?
You know, it's just sometimes things come to you and you're grateful that you could finally make that joke. After all these sessions.
Wait, the way he sits, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, he's got his arms out like this, like he's trying to play like an invisible accordion. I don't know what's going on. He's beautiful.
He is beautiful, I'll give
Are
you
you
that.
gonna take it away from me now that I've done this to you?
Eva just reaches over and swats your owl. I'm just kidding.
I didn't roll for it yet.
I know. Just kidding.
Well, as I mentioned, the arcane is a little different here.
And she reaches over and she touches you on the shoulder.
You should be able to notice the undead.
And you get like a little blip from your familiar. Instead of celestial or fey, your owl is undead.
What? This shit crazy. So, I can do what now?
You can summon an undead familiar.
Wow. Is it gonna do anything weird, or what's the catch here?
It's gonna act as an undead. So essentially, if something was like trying to find Fae, they won't find your familiar. Where essentially, like if it was an animal, it has properties. So it's just an undead owl.
He says
Like
it's
a
just
little
like,
skeleton?
get over it, look it up.
Yeah, he's he still has some feathers, but he's definitely
Like a little skeleton.
yep. Essentially, he's kind of undead.
Got some
That's
red burning eyes and
Yeah, and like
Coming out of his
maybe like
skull.
you could just see part of his skull, like where part of his chin's missing, or the flesh on his chin's missing.
he's still cute.
Oh
though.
my gosh.
I call him Yank. I don't know. Or maybe Vic. That might be a better name than Yank. What's up, Yank?
I don't know, I like Yank.
Now that I have shared this information with you, I would like each of you to answer me a question. Why do you think you're here?
I assume people are usually coming in and out of this land based on how Strahd, whatever Strahd feels, who should enter and leave. So I'm not really sure how we fit into that. I don't know. We kind of just got sucked in here and haven't really. I've thought about it. I haven't really come up with
Callie?
I've never really been one to be very religious, but part of me has always questioned whether, because I decided that I could create my own destiny, so I kind of feel like a higher power destiny for me because I thinking that. I don't know.
I feel like we've almost been sent here to like train or something. It's weird. It's like, oh, you're not good enough? Here, go figure it out. I'm gonna take everything away and you go work on it.
Seems orchestrated by something or someone, for sure.
Strahd is a very intelligent man, and he's a talented spellcaster. He has mastered the art of the arcane. He must have found extreme potential in the two of you. Only the ones he deems worthy find their way here. It's both a compliment and a curse. You two need to be the silent hand that guides and protects this party. Get a firm grip on your abilities.
She looks at you, Callie.
And don't second-guess yourself. The moment you hesitate is the moment you end up dead. Let's talk about the thing you carry, Adonis. You found yourself a curious crystal orb. The orb is now bound to you. And you now bear this curse. The most fun part about this particular curse is that it changes. May I hold it?
Absolutely, after telling me that. Hand it over to her.
She accepts it, and you see her grab it and move it in her hands a little bit, and you hear telepathically her begin to explain to you the benefits and the curse of this crystal orb, which you can read in your inventory.
Good thing I didn't open fantasy.
Finally,
I don't know. Sorry.
I have a few final words of advice to give you before you go. In your travels, stick to the road. Wicked creatures roam the Svalich woods. During these movements, you will come across a windmill. Avoid this at all costs. If you happen to come across more Vistani during your expeditions, be careful how you act. Not all of us are as helpful or accepting, and the Vistani curses are potent, even if they are used sparingly. If you do come across a raven, it carries lost souls, and it is very bad luck to kill them. And luck is very hard to come by in a place like Barovia.
Thank you for all the knowledge you've bestowed upon us and for calling us in here.
Yes, thank you. I think all of this will help us eventually.
Good luck on your adventures, travelers.
And thank you for Owl.
She picks up her skeletal spectral hand, and it gives Al Yankovic a little scratch on the bottom of its beak.
I am complete.
And with that, we can get everybody together for our regular thing, since this is the last video, even though we recorded it first.
Wahoo!
Okay, time to grab other boys, and we're behind, so I go grab them now.
Okay, I go cook
Boys.
dinner.
Okay, get out of Discord, you filthy dogs.
Fine, I'll get out of everything.
Goodbye.
Hold
Oh
on.
god! I see Jody up close. Oh! Oh!
Stop being mean to your players. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Why do you have the same face in every screenshot, Jody?
Anyways, I'm recording now. We can cut that part out. But Ryan, where'd you go? Are you packing? You bitch.
Ryan's not packed.
Ryan, you packing?
Aw, I wish he was packing.
He's talking, but there ain't no sound coming out.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so we are.
Why'd you put it down, Seth?
So you can see it. I don't know. I'm packing. I'm not.
You don't want
pointing,
to
I'm
shoot
packing.
down.
I'm packing. Don't you see me packing?
Hello.
Be careful, don't shoot it off.
That's what Booyah would do, though.
That's what happened to a Florida man recently, and then they found marijuana in his butthole.
How many marijuana?
At least 2.
bags.
2 marijuanas?
Big
Two
reputation.
marijuanas.
Marijuana sacks. I guess you
Wow.
could call them.
Anyway.
No, we're getting off rail again.
All right, 2 butt sacks. Got it.
Derail.
Okay, let's go.
Weird Al.
We're down.
Weird Al.
Weird
I just
Al.
want to picture that guy's colonoscopy. Like, they start going in,
Oh God.
they
I
hit the
don't
first
think-
bag, and they keep going.
It was
Bag.
more of a.
They'd have to remove the first to
it
keep
just-
going,
it
right?
just
Or are they
fell
just
out.
pushing the first bag deeper to find the second?
Bag of
You
what?
can kind of jimmy around it.
bag
Just
of weed
depends
that
on
was in
the
his
size of
butthole.
it.
It just fell out whenever he was on the table during an operation.
Okay, so
and-
you're all heading to the. You're heading south, east, the way you came, and
Quite the start to that.
you spend you spend about 30 minutes, and you make your way back to the crossroads. As you're approaching the crossroads, the gallows this time, you all notice that there is a body hanging from it.
Is
Well,
it
that's
the
interesting.
same as before?
Well, Buyo noticed himself hanging from it,
Oh, we didn't. Or
and
didn't
Buyo's
say anything?
yeah, he didn't say anything.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So Buyo approaching, you do see yourself hanging from the gallows. Everyone else approaching, and I mean, there's no reason for any of you to know this, that Buyo sees himself, but you see kind of like a grade, just like John Doe. Not many features, just like a very featureless body hanging from the gallows. But Buyo, vividly, you see yourself hanging as you're approaching these crossroads.
Does he look humanoid to us? I mean,
Yes,
he's human.
he is humanoid. Yeah.
I'm just nonchalant about this whole thing. I'm not gonna bring up the body or anything.
He's just
Alright.
kind of like, oh, that's unfortunate. Keeps going along.
Alright, who feels confident about leading the way?
So, guys, I wanted to say though about this windmill.
Julio does.
I'm curious why are we trying to avoid the windmill?
It was just a warning that we got. I mean, if we happen upon it, maybe if we think it's something of interest, we can approach. But I wouldn't go, just rushing in.
Well, because, and I'm gonna go whip out this parchment paper. I've got a deed to a windmill
He's got props.
in Vallaki.
Why
That's
do you,
actually part of the reason why I'm really interested in going to Vallaki. I want to figure out what this windmill is.
when did you
this
get
thing?
that?
Got it at the Durst place. It's actually, it's the property of the Dursts, in fact.
So you stole a windmill?
Yes, from some dead people.
I mean, that house did try to kill us, so I'm pretty okay with it.
I think the death is gonna follow us if we windmill.
Well,
She
who's to
told
say
us-
that?
She told us do not go to the windmill. There were few things that I understood, and that was one of them. She said, "Stay away from that windmill."
Hmm.
I say we ask around in Vallaki and get the feel for it.
I just
maybe-
don't see the
maybe-
point going to a
maybe it's-
windmill.
Maybe it's worth something to somebody.
And,
Maybe it's worth. Maybe it's worth
Yeah, let's sell the deed to it. Who knows?
250 gold for us to get those potions to get out of here, or at least try those out.
3 of us.
Well, maybe he'll get more by the time we get back.
So now we believe in the potions?
I don't.
They were get out of Barovia potions.
I don't believe it. I don't think it's. But hey,
But I mean,
if
point
worse
is,
comes to
though,
worse, and that's our last chance, whatever.
we've got a tie to the windmill.
True.
I've got more stuff to pull out.
Yeah, all right.
The
Show and tell.
Deed to the house, and the will of Durst's.
You have the will?
I have the will. It's signed by the parents, Gustav and Elizabeth, and it leaves everything, the windmill, the house, and all other family property to Rosevalda and Thornbolt Durst, the children, the obviously dead children.
Well,
You know, I found this in that room that I was locked in when we first got here, and I just didn't look at it. I just grabbed some papers.
well, we don't have to show anybody that we
Well, we
don't
can
own
ask
the
around.
windmill. We don't need to show anyone the will, but
Technically, it's not ours. It's still the property of the Durst, but, you know, we've
who
got
else would
papers.
know that?
I feel like the Durst could be a well-known name. I mean, Ismark and Irina, they know the name.
I mean, for all they know, you bought it off them before they died, or before they've passed.
They've been dead for a long, long time.
I mean, how long do you live?
Not that long. I'm only in my late 20s.
They don't know that. People believe
Yeah.
anything.
I think we're barking up the wrong tree here. We should just give everything back. We don't need any of this. This will, this deed.
You're very skeptical and scared now.
You know,
Just don't
Dino,
have-
they'll do
Yeah.
that to you.
Hey, you got your health now, and you got your rat.
I brushed my
Look it
hair
up.
back to show a cockroach crawling.
Well, I guess I'll just hold on to these.
Beautiful.
And, you know, I'm fine with keeping them for now. Hasn't
I'd
caused us a problem so far.
All I was telling you was what she told us, and whether we put weight to her words or not, she seemed to tell us to try to heed that warning against.
Was it a warning of death and danger, or was it a warning of stay away?
All I have written on my hand here is avoid windmill.
She seemed like it was pretty dire, like a situation. Like we could get ourselves into another
All right.
near-death experience. So, but I'd still like to find out more about it. But
You
I
know,
think that's
Booyah,
left best for Vallaki.
if you want to go into windmills, you know what? I'll support you.
Outside.
I'll support you.
You gonna support me by being my steed, riding into the windmill with.
I don't know if I like that. Don't
I
think
will
that.
say, Madam Eva told us that somebody very powerful that didn't want you guys to die because he wants us to do their bidding, and made it out like it was Strahd. So what if he has something to do with the windmill?
Well, you know, I'm not entirely convinced that Strahd is the ultimate evil in this. There might be another.
I mean, people do call him the Devil Strahd. So
That's true, but we've seen, I feel like, that there are two entities at work here.
They also call Ismark lesser. Does
That
he
is-
look like a lesser?
Yeah, I feel like we got a clear signal from Madame Eva with the executioner being marked the lesser. Like, that's not a good title, and I'm saying this out of earshot of Ismark,
howdy.
Irina.
I don't know if you can.
I'm whispering.
Okay.
Just guys, remember the executioner.
Remember.
Was Ismark. Like, I think we should read into this reading as much as we can.
You know what? The more you talk about it, how scary can a windmill actually be? I think you're right, Booyah.
Helena, I like the way you're thinking right now.
You are a bit wishy-washy. I don't know what's going on with you, but so you want to find out more on Vallaki? I
Yeah.
think we definitely should.
I think I'd be nervously eyeing this body on the gallows as we walk by and as we move past.
Continue 4.
Okay.
As I was saying, which one of you wants to lead?
I do need a marching order.
I don't feel good about it.
Last.
Yeah, not Helena.
Last.
I'll hang out with Helena.
Also last.
That's all right with Helena.
It's okay. I smile and you see, the cricket or something. It's a cute smile.
Gudrun would love to go first, I heard.
I'm first.
Oh, there he is.
Callie will go second-ish.
I think we should have Ismark go first with Gudrun.
I'll be
Ismark
behind
likes.
them. And no, Irina would probably want to be behind.
Behind Ismark.
Like near Ismark.
That's
I don't
fine
like
with
this
me,
path.
but I would like Irina to still keep her distance from Callie and not walk beside her.
Okay.
Wait, Cala dude.
It's just gonna
Almost
take, like, several
killed
paces
all
back.
of us.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess I almost killed you too.
Yeah, Helena did the same. So,
So you got Gudrun, Ismark, and Irina right behind Ismark. Then several spaces.
I'll be next to Irina.
Okay. Then we have several spaces with Helena, Buyo, and Callie.
We're 2 groups. Yay.
Essentially, how much space are you putting between them?
As comfortable as Irina can be.
30 feet?
Yeah, what's a radius of
Probably 30 feet.
It's
20 feet?
It's
16.
20, but
Okay. 25.
60-foot cast range.
no,
On
it,
self, don't worry.
yeah, it's centered on self.
Oh, you're fine.
So, as you all begin to leave the crossroad, I'm assuming you're heading towards Vallaki / Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah.
I believe, Adonis and Helena to make perception checks, please.
5.
Good job.
I mean, it's just kind of.
You were quick though.
Oh, it's
You're
going
on
right.
it.
You were really quick on that.
We got Helena still
Hey.
looking.
14. It's hard with the DB.
You notice, like, tucked away in a hollowed log is a small bag.
I will approach the bag and pick it up.
Okay, so you walk up to this log and you reach in and you pick up, and it's just a small sack.
I will open the sack.
You find inside. All right, I need you to make 2 death saves. I'm
Hey,
I'm
here it
just kidding.
comes.
You actually.
So you're possessed, and
Oh,
He rolled a 6 and a 5. You are possessed by a sack, and you must only carry items and not speak for the rest of the campaign.
a broom comes out of the woods. It just starts wailing into you.
Anyways, so actually, all you find in the sack is like a medium-sized humanoid's clothing. They're like dull and dreary, not flashy by any means, just functional clothes, and that's all that's in the sack.
oh. Booyah! Hey,
Like
Booyah!
like a human, probably like a
small.
human adult size.
Oh. Never mind. I thought these were your size.
Medium size.
Medium.
I'm small.
I thought you said schmedium.
Medium.
You'll grow into them.
Oh. Oh.
True.
Helena. Ugh.
Sorry, does anyone want clothes? Find clothes.
We're all just walking. We don't even know you've stopped.
Helena, just
We've kept
leave 'em.
walking.
Okay, I'll leave them. I drop them.
Unless you want them.
No. And I scurry back, and since everyone's like 60 feet away, probably.
Catching your breath, catching up to them now. You begin the familiar winding road, the open road.
Old Spallage Road.
Your
Body voice.
your first 30 minutes, and then another, and you find the same familiar point where the path starts to funnel, and you have the just reaching arms of the branches coming out of the fog, almost like they're trying to claw at you. And you move and bob and you weave your way through the branches of the Spallage Woods, and you follow the same familiar curves. Another 30 minutes go by. Same typical, the road you've seen before. And the elevation is getting steeper and steeper as you ascend towards the bridge, and you finally emerge from the woods once again, revealing quite a bit of opening on the west end of you. And you follow tightly on the path, right along the forest, and continue, and you see the bridge, which you were last when you were not so fortunate previously. You're about 200 feet from the bridge when you first see the fog emerge, or separate enough for the bridge to emerge. You could just see the two gargoyles that are sitting on the posts, and just the front of the bridge in the path that ascends towards it.
Guys, well, we made it this far. Is it continue? I mean, all go together, though, so that one person doesn't end up getting the best of all of us all at once.
He yells through a 30-foot gap.
I'll
yeah.
I'll stay back here.
Gudrun, Ismark, do you want to slow down so they can catch up? Last time we were split, one of us got, I don't know, like possessed or something.
We'll slow down.
I guess the ghostly encounter was worse than even Callie's capabilities.
She's got it under control. We've talked with Madame Eva. We had our own station. Got it, don't worry.
All right. I'll take your word for it, Adonis.
My vessel's currently full. I don't think I'll be possessed again.
What does that mean, Helena?
Your vessel.
Nothing in particular.
What are you possessed by now?
Nothing.
Desire
Desire.
for that booty.
Cockroaches.
Don't worry about it. So who's gonna go
longer
across
able
the
to
bridge?
We're all going.
Are you keeping this
First.
same marching order, just closing the gap? I got Gudrun, Ismark, Adonis, Irina, Helena, Booyo, Callie.
Yeah,
Yep.
sounds good to me, unless anyone's got
Yeah.
gripes.
I mean, I'm pretty reluctant to step foot on the bridge ever again, but I'll stay patient.
So, you follow a familiar dirt road that clings to the side of a mountain and ends just before an arching bridge that's mold-encrusted stone that spans a natural chasm. You see familiar gargoyles cloaked with black moss perched on the corners of the bridge. Again, their frowns are weather-worn. On the mountainside of the bridge, there's a waterfall that spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. The pool feeds a river that meanders into the fog shrouded pines in the valley.
I'm gonna nudge Helena, be like, you wanted to climb up that.
Yeah, I guess so.
No way, Helena.
I'll do it. Bet you won't
Oh yeah,
double
you
dog
have to
dare
bring
me.
that up right now, just to be mean, or
It's okay. No one's ever nice to me.
it's a question of judgment.
I mean, she killed me, so yeah.
That wasn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, make her feel worse. Don't, please don't cry though. because,
Yeah, Helena.
So, Ismark and Gudrun take their first steps onto the bridge, and
Adonis and Irina have to kind of stop as they like stumble and have a hard time finding purchase with their feet. The moss-covered bridge is a little slicker than they anticipated. After a few moments of sliding on the thick moss, they continue, and Adonis and Irina again kind of go through the same similar struggles and continue on the bridge. Buyo steps onto the bridge. Are you coming across, Helena?
Yes.
So Callie kind of like rubs her back in an encouraging way and plucks a roach off of it and eats it.
Oh, hardcore.
Yeah.
And Helena, I need a perception check from you.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You're dead.
For eating the roach.
Yeah. You are possessed.
By a roach. Yeah.
You know, we're positive 10. We got 11.
So, Helena, you notice the same sad, ethereal creature, and she's sitting on an overhang by the falls. She puts her forefingers up to her lips and just gently shakes her head. At this point, she just looks like she's watching you.
I'll do what she says. I'll keep quiet.
So, Helena and Buyo are now on the bridge, and you begin to cross. Callie, you try to find purchase on the bridge, slightly slipping on the moss, and all of you, one by one, exit on the other side of the bridge and find purchase on the dirt road that continues to ascend towards the mountain range, seemingly unharmed.
I don't like to see it.
I like that, yeah. That's bad word.
Ooh, God.
Can I see the foundations of this bridge? Are they within 30 feet? Can I dig under them? Collapse. I'm kidding.
You could.
No.
It is a very fortified bridge, like it's a sturdy bridge, but anyways, so
Deep holes.
for the first time now, you are in kind of just a fairly large opening, moving your way up the mountains on a new stretch of the old Vallaki road. You continue to weave, first heading northeast, then sharp west, then northeast again. 30 minutes pass. You're starting to get fairly fatigued. You're at about 7.5 hours of climbing a fairly steep, well, I guess some of it was going down, but you're at 7.5 hours of travel. The last 4.5 climbing a fairly steep mountain. And you continue to wind and turn, and you find just ahead of you another familiar sight. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides, there's 2 stone buttresses looming in gray fog. Huge iron gates. There's dew clinging to them with tenacity, rusting the bars. There are 2 headless statues that are armed guards that flank the gate. Their heads have been cut off or knocked off, and they're laying among their feet in the weeds, and they greet you with only silence.
Guys, is this the same gate?
Yeah, I remember the original gate having statues with the heads on the ground.
But is it the same gate? I'm gonna go and investigate it to
Okay,
the best of my abilities.
make a investigation check as you approach the gate.
Oh boy, that's a
Whoopsie.
natural one.
So you begin to approach the gate, and they look exactly like the others, and as you get closer, you hear and they begin to open for you.
Well, guys, it's opening for me. Or for us. That's...
Yeah, but where does
Good
it
enough
go?
I don't know. I have no
When
idea.
Looking past the gate, what do I see? Like,
You see a tightly wound path that kind of goes dogleg left fairly sharply, and there's just thick foliage on each side. Up until this point, you've had fairly open landscape of just steep mountains, and you make it to where the forest seemed to have climbed up this mountain just to cover the gate in this area.
So, can we see Castle Ravenloft from where we are?
No.
Can we still? Okay.
Well, actually, you
I don't know if we
could.
s-
You could, with how high you are and how tall it is, you would look right down the cliffside to what seems to be, you could see like a few of the tower points, but most of it's just shrouded in fog.
Well, Buyo, I don't really know where this is gonna go. What do you think it's for? Where do you think it's going?
I think that the the sign at the fork in the road told us. Excuse me. Fork in the road told us that this was the path to Vallaki, so that's where I think we're headed.
Oh, does this not split off into another direction, or is this just part of the path?
The path, when you walk up to the bridge, there is a secondary path that starts to descend down the mountain.
Oh, so that's
Towards-
the fork that we've had.
Yeah, and that's towards Castle Ravenloft.
Okay,
Oh, through the
Alright.
gate
let's go.
on the main path.
As you continue through the same marching order, with Buyo in front now. So Buyo, Gudrun, Ismark, Adonis, Irina, Helena, Callie. You make your way through, and as Helena and Callie, you pass through the gate. You hear a similar...
I want to try to prop it open. With mold earth. Sorry, I was gonna do a dirt to see if he'll keep it open.
So you mold earth, and you have a 5 by 5 foot cube that erects from the ground, and the two gates just smash it and close together.
Dang.
Guys, the gates are stronger than shovels. Might be in trouble.
Got nothing for that.
Let's just keep moving
I'm
forward.
sorry.
I don't think we can go back.
Are you going to try to open the gate, or just try to prop it open?
I was just gonna try. Unless someone else would like to try to open it.
We're walking confidently behind Buyo.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't even turn back.
Hell, not talking about bullshit shovels.
Thanks, Ismark, I think.
What? What are you thanking me for?
Oh, no, Helena did a great impersonation of you, and it was hilarious. Oh man.
You should have heard it.
Are you mocking me after a long trip on the road?
Are you?
Oh, forget it.
Ismark, let your hair down every once in a while.
We just need to continue.
So no.
So you continue, and you're just emerging from the woods yet again. There's another opening. You're making your way kind of down this cliff before you could see it turn and start to make its way back up. And it's starting to the elevation changes are starting to get a little less drastic. But overall, as you're moving north and east, you can see it still come to a steady climb. At this point, you're at 8 hours of travel. You're all feeling very fatigued. Would you like to continue?
No.
Yes.
I think I'm with
Helena,
Helena on this one.
Helena need to eat.
We should probably find a place to rest.
I mean, I want to sleep as much as anyone, but do we really want to be on this road
It's
for an
dark,
entire night and a few
It's
hours after?
hilly. We could easily trip and fall and die.
I know it comes out at night.
Do you? Weird Al come out at night?
I mean, Al can be wherever I want him to be. So
Didn't we start this journey knowing that, it would be nighttime?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
our plan was we push through and get to Vallaki.
All right.
It's about 8 p.m. The sun is definitely starting to crest behind this mountain range.
Ismark Gudrun as our pretty much failsafe for avoiding death. How do you feel about pushing through or resting?
My
I'm confident we will survive.
Survive what? Waiting or going?
Whatever you choose.
Alright.
my only quarrel with continuing is I can't see in the dark, and any light is going to attract any danger anyways. We may continue in the dark, or we may continue in the light.
Ismark, you knew this before we started, and now you seem like you're wavering.
Listen, if anything attacks us, we'll just... Adonis can cast light, and then you won't be at a disadvantage in battle.
How about that? See, look at that. That's thinking. And don't worry, and I'm gonna make Yank, Vic, Weird Al appear on my shoulder and just say, I'll concentrate through the sight of my owl, and I'll be able to see.
What about me and Irina, though, climbing these steep mountains at night? It's not the combat I'm worried about. Well, it is, but...
You're just gonna have to trust your body. I don't know what to tell you.
Each one is dangerous. I'm just trying... I will follow you. This is part of why I've hired you to help us.
You haven't led you astray before.
I am currently just trying to weigh the dangers of both stopping and continuing.
I mean...
Hold Gudrun's hand. He can see in the dark.
I can see very easily. Hold my hand.
I should be able to see in the dark. I can't, so.
Oh, it's wet. I don't think that's your hand.
Oh.
What?
Mine is wet.
Is that his nose? Because he's a wolf? He's healthy.
I'm equally confused.
No.
So
They have
is
fingers?
this
No.
one.
No one will know. Is there a creature here? Can I make a perception check to see if there's a slime creature here?
Please do.
What if there is?
It's not dark yet.
20.
You see Ismark like trying to reach in front of him because the sun is beginning to steadily set, and he's like just grabbing some pine trees and like trying to find Gudrun.
Ismark, have you not gone out at night before?
He is completely blind at 8 o'clock.
How long is...
I just remembered.
So like,
I have 6 torches.
Brovia,
Ismark's worried about the light attracting any sort of beasts that may be lurking.
I'd be worried about trying to find our way around in the dark in these hills.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is he more worried about walking or attracting a beast?
I think he's undecided. I think he wants us to decide.
We can fight the beast, you know what? Let's just do the torches. Or do light.
so
All we need is one Cali wild magic. We'll be A-okay.
Totally fine.
Nothing will happen that's awkward and almost kills us.
Oh.
Brovia's
Yeah.
already fairly dark just from the mist and the clouds and everything. So as the sun begins to set, it is hard to see, even before the sun is completely covered by the mountains.
Well, everyone seems to not want to go, so I guess we stop for the night. I mean, I know you said torches. I'm cool with it. We're still going to run the risk of I mean,
Well, that's 3 for torches or light and travel.
the rest of you seem pretty complacent. I don't know, so...
Let's
Yes.
go!
Let's go.
Alright.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Okay,
Left
so
it at that gate.
as you push forward, I need each of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Tired guys.
15.
Interesting.
24.
14.
5.
7.
Thanks, Callie. I need
Well, you got... God, I just wish I knew Ismark's stats. I don't know. I don't have them up. What the hell?
am A-okay.
Irina, how are you?
I do great with my constitution. I am
I'm
very
constituty.
constituted.
Oops.
Constituish.
Hello, small dog. You are back.
Hello. I shall pick you up with one hand. Irina, I love it when you lick my cheek.
Well,
Don't
so
lick me, dog. You eat your own poop.
Ismark only got a 4, so
Thank you, Isma.
Oh,
Ismark, Helena, and Callie, you all have 1 point of exhaustion.
what?
I am asleep.
I am tired.
I feel like
That's a good way to
Ismark
mark
is
that.
like a good Gaston. That's how I picture him.
Good Gaston.
Good guess.
I like he's got biceps to spare, but
He's Gaston that reads.
I don't know. We don't know about the Devil Strahd yet. We don't know if he's the beast or not. And if
You really
Irina
stick
is
up for him a lot.
the beauty.
So at
Irina's
this
the what? The
I just
booty?
don't know. I don't know either way.
Booty and the beast.
We've heard a lot on one side, but that's just one point of view.
Okay. Both sides, guys.
So this means the 3 of you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Good. I will not be possessed.
Never again.
It won't happen twice, I promise.
3 times.
3 times.
Who is counting?
One person in particular.
All of us, apparently. And I'm sure the internet is counting if they're watching.
All
What's-
two
What's the internet?
Exactly.
Exactly.
is
So, as you continue, we are going to take one more quick break for my sake and probably others' sakes. And then we'll finish up here in about 30 minutes or so. 10 o'clock. 10,
I need
10,
a break in order to set up the encounter. Kill you all.
10:30.
I need a
So
break.
Adonis, Callie, you have not died yet. It is your turn.
I don't know if I want to die. All that soon. I've got a lot of life to live.
I think it's not
This
that
is
bad.
what you've fallen into. Tim.
Adonis
That's all I can
died,
hear.
but he came back. He's different. He's still the same, but he's different.
so
Hello, I cannot help it.
I'm
we'll
just-
never be able to do Christopher.
What are you talking about? I'm just walking around. Just walking.
Just walking around.
You all think it's a bad
I'm
idea.
just gonna...
Can we do a whole ski life hack video?
Oh, yes. Yes, we can.
oops.
This is a life hack attack from you guys and gals here at Growing Campaign. Already got
I know.
it.
If you're like me, you have cases of ski langer. You don't know what to do with it. You crush that, Joni. Crush that Doritos. I bet you want shotgun or Red's Wicked Apple.
The key is putting ski in your Red's Wicked Apple, crushing up some Doritos,
We call
and
this one
snorting them
Doritos.
as your chaser.
You mean
This is the
Doritos?
cereal of champions. You
Oh,
take Doritos
ski.
flaming hot with a nice can of ski.
Alright, here we go. Growing
Yeah.
Campaign.
Yeah.
Doing it together.
You traveled further than the day before, and you're now over your 8-hour mark. Some of you feeling exhausted, but deciding that the challenges that night brings, and you do have. So who provided the light? Was
I mean-
it the torches, or were we doing the light spell?
I'll do the light
I've got
spell
a
on the
torch.
orb.
Okay, there's a cantrip. Light's a cantrip, or
Yeah.
your dancing lights, right?
It's just light, so I.
Oh, you touched something.
Yeah, so I brought the orb out and kind of have a glowing orb in my hand. You know?
Okay.
I think at least 3 of us have torches, though. I'm super cautious about not being able to see, so throughout the group of us, we have.
I mean, we could have one central light source, and I think it'd cover all of us. But if you all feel more comfortable torching it,
So
No torch for me.
I guess let's check with Ismark.
well,
Give
you,
Ismark a torch.
you have a hard time seeing. Ismark is a two-handed fighter, but he'll hold a torch if you want.
No, I think I'll hold the torch. Save Ismark from having to hold anything other than his
Dick.
short sword and long sword. What?
I don't know. Anyone else torching? The path is fairly lit with a light source and a torch.
I'm alright with that.
mm-hmm.
So you all continue trudging down the path. You can hear the rain and the thunder a little bit in the distance as it's beginning to head your way. The path is still fairly slick from the rain the day before and the day before that and the day before that, as it tends to rain consistently here in Barovia.
Guys, is it raining all the time?
I
I don't like that. I'm not a fan of it.
I think we've traveled in rain more than we have in.
Can I
shake
try the
off
shape
like a wet
water?
dog.
Can I try to shape water above me?
It's not raining yet, but it's coming.
Make
This
a wisdom check.
Do not.
17.
Oops.
Do you want with disadvantage because I'm exhausted?
Yeah, it is an ability check.
Okay. 14.
You have a perfectly shaped 5 by 5 foot cube above you that is, well, actually, it's off in the distance.
I just want to keep my head dry.
Yep.
The worms and the cockroaches don't like it.
Any of the any of the few droplets you are catching and collecting in a cube. As I said, the rain and thunder is kind of out in the distance, so
Yeah.
you do get occasional droplets here or there.
It's like a preparation.
Yeah, you're just picking them up and you're putting them into a cube. You got a few little droplets hanging above your head. As you are continuing down this westward down this path, east. You're going east. You're definitely going east. Sorry.
I thought you said
Kind
west.
of curved around.
Maybe if we turn the compass.
Turn the compass 90 degrees. Anyways, so you're heading. Man, I really thought it should have been west.
We were going like northwest, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but the path kept switching northwest to northeast, depending.
Because like, so it started exiting the village of Barovia and then kind of went up. Did it curve around and then go east?
I think I just have this wrong, and you're heading east, but you should be heading west all the way on the other side. Interesting.
So is it like upside down?
No, I think it's more
Inside out.
Puddle in the middle of the
upside
road.
down,
Right.
round and around. I think it was more you're supposed to be over here.
So, another ski hack not a lot of people know about is if you
Well,
let your
well,
hands
well,
soak in
yeah.
ski for 2 hours a day, they will look as good as our DMs.
They get a nice orange glow to them.
Beautiful.
What's
You will no longer be able to go through a metal detector without it going off.
kind of like if you eat a bunch of bananas and try to work
That's-
at a nuclear facility.
That's a ski
Why-
hack for another day.
Yeah, why are you talking shit about ski?
And it's more potassium in spinach anyway.
So as you're traveling a direction that apparently doesn't matter because it's backwards, and just imagine you're going west on this path.
Okay.
I could flip it. I could.
Are
flip
we
it.
heading into or out of the tree?
You're heading out of the trees.
Okay.
Just cross off the letters on there and flip.
Actually, the best part about
Turn
it
it.
is. Yes. I came prepared.
I love it when you. grunts all yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Grandmaster planned this whole thing so he could do this.
Yep. The same thing with the fire. The campfire that no one noticed disappeared.
Yeah.
Eerie. Ooh.
So if we camped here, we'd be in combat. Continued.
I don't know.
It really
John.
didn't matter what we did.
Actually,
Right now we're going.
I have a campfire because you make checks at night, and there will always be a campfire. That way you don't consistently think, oh, he's got the campfire, it's going to be a fight. Every time there's a campfire.
I'm on.
I already knew where you guys were going with this.
Likely story.
Okay, but you are heading west and out of the woods. To be clear. Anyways, sorry about that. So you're continuing down, and you're making your way down the mountainside, and you reach the bottom of this cliff, and you begin to make your way back up. And this path all is ascending, essentially from where you are. You're at the bottom currently. It's fairly mild on each side. Like, you're able to walk off a little bit for a while before you find a cliff on each side. And even though I do have like one little cutout tree, I don't have enough time to make a bunch of cutout trees, so the foliage actually comes a little further out here. Not depicted on our map, unfortunately. Use your imagination.
Okay.
Hashtag roleplay. But as you're continuing down the path, is there anything any of you would like to do?
Keeping an eye out, I guess. Pushing through.
Yeah, just watching my step.
I probably would like to shapeshift or use wild shape to turn into a wolf.
You won't be able to hold water above your head.
I think that's okay.
Okay. So we have a wolf girl.
This is normal. We've got a wolf man and a wolf girl now.
So I get 2d8 plus 2 health.
Okay, go ahead and roll it out.
Let's do that now. 1, so 6, 5, so 13.
13 wolf health. Perfect.
AC's
Anyways,
13. But yeah, go
The
ahead.
wolfie.
you continue down the path. Does it seem to you're just walking around your path like normal, watching your step, using the light to guide you.
I'd like to pay attention if there are any, berries, roots, anything like that, or even small game that I could, spear as we walk along the path. Just like, not that I'm at the trail off or just right there.
Like within 5 feet on each side or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Through the actual wooded part, this is fairly easy. There's plenty of like low-hanging fruit and roots and stuff. And you're continuing down the path and you're picking stuff up, and you find a fairly large edible root, and you begin to dig, and you pull it out, and on one knee you look up, and you actually see a gaunt figure with wild hair and bare feet, and he bounds towards you on all fours. Well, I should say, wearing a tattered gown of stitched animal skin, and you can't tell whether it's a man or a woman. It stops and it sniffs the air, and you watch it pant to catch its breath. Are you doing anything currently?
I'm just gonna stand completely still.
Its its head turns and its eyes begin to glare at you. This creature looks as though it's been following you for a while. After you see it take a few dark breaths, you hear it like a lunatic, and all around you there are just these small shrubs that were surrounding that begin to animate, and you see their emerald green eyes come to light, and begin to crawl towards you.
What the hell?
And you hear him say, "It's time to eat my plants." Roll initiative.
What?
Is this just for Gudrun? Wait.
You're all kind of surrounded by the foliage, and you're noticing like plants like start to creak and dirt move around and move towards you. But
I get +2 to initiative, not +3. So I got a 3.
So I'd just like to say The Ruins is my least favorite movie. Or plants that animate really bother me.
Well,
Strap in.
this is Helen's
Get rid of
fetish. Gudrun just lets us walk into a trap like.
My bad.
Okay, so
Just because I was foraging. Sorry. Trying to get, sweet roots for everybody.
Sorry for trying my best.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna steal.
Gosh.
I'm gonna steal a Matt Mercerism here and do a 25 to 20.
Nobody.
Crickets. Okay, 20
Nobody.
to 20 to 15.
A 15.
MBD.
Okay, 15 to 10.
Yo, it's your boy.
14 for Adonis.
The 10. I'm a dime.
Yeah, you are.
Gudrun at 10 is next.
Yeah.
That's
He's
my
a 10.
Okay, 10 to
We got
5.
Booyo at 5.
Way to hit that 5, Booyo.
At 5, just right.
Oh my gosh.
We'll be rolling really bad.
Alright, and then the rest of you.
3 for Helena.
I really want to be level 4.
We're
Is
never
that-
gonna.
Is that everybody?
Never gonna
Yeah,
get
everybody?
there.
We're never
Yeah, it's
gonna live.
we have Irina and Ismark.
Yep.
Ismark.
Callie,
He's
Alex,
not.
Gudrun,
Bleh.
Helena.
I rolled a 12. I'm ready for combat.
Alright, that's more like Deckard Cain. You just leave this mark to me, alright?
Yeah.
No, I'm Ismark.
Ismark.
Fake Ismark.
We're all
Stay a
this.
while.
We're all Ismark. Okay. Stay a while and listen.
Listen.
Anyways, so
One of those is me.
you watch as this figure in all fours begin to emerge, and there's like thick tree branches and bark that are jutting from his skin. His face is like from his eyes down or kind of covered in like small branches and thick bark. He's smaller in stature, probably only like 6 inches longer than Abuyo on all fours. Not a very huge person, but he's like wild and gamey, and you just see him. Ew! And he points, and you watch as you have
Helena.
2 of his small twigs begin to like, small shrubbery type, like I said with emerald eyes, close in on Gudrun.
They're about to call me Bush's Bane. Let's go.
Bushbane.
Ooh,
Bushbane.
that's only a.
Watch out, Barbara.
Oh no.
I got a 13 and an 8 to hit.
Both miss.
Sure, you see these like wooden tendrils extend from its body and try to wrap you up, but you're able to just muscle them away from you. Let's see. The creature who is yelling orders at them is actually going to. So all of the foliage around all of you except Gudrun begins to come alive and starts wrapping around your ankles and all the way up to your knees.
My little doggy knees.
Another disc.
God damn it.
It's the same disc.
The disc of entanglement.
I mean,
Entangled roots.
he's
It's
not.
just red now.
He's not wrong.
It's okay, I'll cast darkness over us.
Doesn't have 2 discs now.
Yeah, can't snare us if he
So-
can't see it.
This is all difficult terrain, so you have to use twice your movement to move through it.
Oh, I didn't roll for the owls unless you're doing it on my turn.
It's just on your turn.
Okay.
The owl or Weird Owl?
Weird Owl.
I don't know if I'm gonna regret this.
You are.
No doubt.
Oh yeah, no. It's anything for one joke.
But
I'll do it.
So each of you actually have to make a strength saving throw.
Including me?
No, except you.
Who's our exhausted boys?
Oh
That
boy.
is,
We got a 9.
That is Ismark, Helena, and Callie.
So I got 11 with this.
Doing a strength save.
11 with disadvantage?
Are we doing a save or a check?
It's a save. Oh, actually, yeah, so you only have disadvantage on ability checks, not saves.
13.
19.
Well, I guess I would have only rolled once, so it's still 11.
It's 11. Okay.
5.
11. 5.
Does the owl have to have a strength save? It is on my shoulder.
Yes.
No, but did I get one from everyone? Yeah, I guess Irina's the only one left. Sorry, that's my bad. So, Adonis and Helena, you are both considered restrained. Your movement is 0.
Mm-hmm.
Attack rolls have advantage against you, and your attack rolls have disadvantage.
Is it
And-
specific to melee or all attack?
All attacks, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
So Adonis and Helena are restrained. With that, it's going to
Can we use an
be-
action to become unrestrained?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So that it ends its turn. Which leaves Bismarck, who is not restrained, and is going to use 10, 15, 20, 25 feet of movement, and is going to make two two-handed attacks against the first Twiggy boy. Oh, the first one misses really bad. The second one hits and does 8 points of slashing damage. You watch Ismark just carve this twig beast to nothing and just cuts right through it. You watch the emerald light from its eyes disappear. It is dead. And that means, Callie, you're on deck. But first, we got the little twiggy boy here on Adonis.
Oh, that's me.
You are restrained, so it has advantage, and that's a natural 20.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
What?
Always on Adonis.
In the
It's
background,
only gonna do 5 damage.
Not true.
Okay. It's only 10 bludgeoning damage.
Only 10. Wow.
in the
Look
background, you hear Helena, Buyo, and Gudrun say, "Join us."
But you are considered grappled.
I'm just grappled now.
Is that restrained and grappled?
One
And
of
you are restrained and grappled, yes.
Okay.
What does that mean? I can't do shit.
One of
You just
us.
You
can't
have to-
move. It doesn't really
You have to use an
change that.
action to get ungrappled, and then another action to get unrestrained.
Okay. Well,
Essentially, yes.
I guess I'll explore my options on my turn.
Can you be restrained and grappled at the same time?
Sure, why not?
Sure. Okay.
The branch is grabbing your arms and around your waist, and the vines are going up your legs.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you're up, Callie.
This game's stupid.
The guy that the guy that's yelling commands to these plants, he's within range, right?
What range?
Not
He's-
really.
Like
like-
120 feet.
Yeah, he's like 40 feet away from you, but he's slightly obscured from you by the tree.
So I can't.
You can see him. He has partial cover though. Adonis,
Okay, well-
Gudrun, you're up next, by the way.
Yeah.
Callie's going to close her eyes, take a breath, and then try to cast Firebolt at this guy.
I like your gumption.
Make an attack roll. You are not.
I like the-
Are you restrained? Who's restrained? Sorry.
She is not. She
I'm
is
not
fine.
restrained yet.
It's Adonis and Helena.
Me, yeah.
So 17.
17 misses.
Wow. He has partial cover.
So you shoot this firebolt at him. You watch him like on all fours slightly duck, and it explodes against the tree. Some of the sparks like singeing the bark and fur on his back, but mostly unharmed. You have your
Back
movement.
mark.
Is Callie right here next to Adonis?
Callie is right here by Helena
Oh, okay.
at the butt.
Callie will stay there.
Yeah, those are kind of hard to see. I'm sorry.
It is hard to see.
I gotta mess with this. I had it really well, and then I fucked something up. And haven't had time to work on it. Okay, so Adonis, Gudrun.
Mostly just
So-
Adonis.
Is my only option for my action to try to break out of this?
No, but you can't move, and you have disadvantage on your attacks.
So what does grapple do to me? Like what is
Grapple just keeps you from moving, essentially, and
double
gives you-
can't move?
gives you. I believe you have disadvantage on melee attacks on your grappler.
Okay. But this doesn't prevent me from casting Bane.
It does not, no.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just can't move when you're grappled. That's really the
Okay.
only thing.
What is within? That figure is not within 30 feet. The one giving commands and stuff.
No, he's about 40 feet away.
Okay, so I guess I'll target the
50.
3 that I see here with Bane, which is you gotta make a charisma save. Okay.
Okay, what am I shooting for here?
So
Oof.
Don't tell him I roll first.
Well, so my charisma check, I would have a 1, a 1, and a 16.
I think you're good on the 16. My spell DC is. My intelligence is 3. I always forget to do this. Efficiency, intelligence 3,
It'd be
5.
It's
13.
8 plus 2 plus 3, so it's 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so 1 resist.
Okay, so you.
the one up by this plant here, this one resists. The other 2 are baned.
Roll a d4 and subtract from attack rolls and savings rolls.
Okay. Would you like to move?
No. I with my bonus action cast Dragon's Breath on Weird Al, and yeah,
Why are you breathing dragon fire on your
and
owl?
it's gonna be fire damage.
Fire. Okay. That is your second level spell of the day. And
Yes, it is.
and your bane. Okay. Gudrun, you're up.
All right. How far is the red dot, the bare feet guy? What's he doing?
30
How
feet
far
away.
is he from me? 30 feet from me, so my full movement. All right, I'm gonna move right at him. Get up right up on him.
Okay. As you try to move, this little guy right here, this plant monster is going to make an attack on you.
Okay.
Unconscious.
That is a 16 to hit.
It hits.
9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you are grappled, which means your speed is 0.
Damn it. So I can't move.
You cannot move.
Cannot move. All right. Can I attack?
You can.
Okay.
With
I'm
disadvantage.
pissed. Now that he,
It is
Grab
not
me.
disadvantaged. I was
Oh,
wrong.
it isn't?
I'm gonna erupt into my rage as a result of this,
Okay.
which is gonna activate my storm aura, which shoots out 10 feet from me and does 2 fire damage to anyone within 10 feet.
Okay. Ismark takes 2 fire damage.
What?
And that was my bonus action, the rage. And then I am going to swing at the creature grappling me with a reckless attack.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and make an attack with advantage.
Ooh, natural 20.
Make sure you roll a 3rd die because you have Savage Critical or whatever it's called.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Or a
So-
2nd die. So
If
roll,
I missed a
roll
crit.
one
Wait, it's two for the critical
plus an additional D12
plus an additional.
plus an
So-
addition plus an additional 2 points for your rage.
Yeah, there's
So
an 8 killed it
23
before. You're good.
plus
Aww.
23 plus 1 plus 2, so 26 points of damage.
Jeez. So it's like small like shrub. You just cut up into it and you watch it like just into a bunch of pines and like shredded needles. You just obliterated the freaking thing.
Plus the 2 points of fire, so it, you know, cinders
Just
away.
in case you needed to know.
Cinders away.
Yeah,
Christ.
it didn't stand a chance.
And I'm gonna yell.
Where's
Howl.
the
I'm
baby?
gonna howl.
Oh. Okay.
This
so...
makes Helena really want to howl too, but she'll wait for her turn to howl.
So this creature's gonna move up here and make an
So-
attack.
How does the owl work as far as doing stuff?
You can give it a command, and
Okay.
it will like kind of loosely follow commands. To the best of its abilities.
So,
It's not like it's an extension of you, but you can be like, hey, go do this, and it's gonna do it to the best of its ability.
So
Right.
like, is it function like it works on my actual turn? Like
Yeah, you
instead
should
of
be-
not trying to use my movement, I had it go into.
No,
Tree by-
you and creature are separate.
Okay.
So when should Weird Al have
Does
gone?
it get a turn? as
Yeah,
well?
so it should have been Adonis Owl, but you
I
asked
was
me.
kind of letting it like.
Yeah.
you
So
can go just as-
I was confused when so when you asked me, does Owl go on my turn? I said yeah, it's the same thing. I meant like you have the same initiative, not you have to share a turn.
Okay.
So I guess that was a little confusing. That's my bad.
Well, if you can, I'd like him to fly within 50 feet of that red dot. The leader there.
Ooh, you know what? I have. Find it. Can I find it?
He has a Weird Al token.
An owl token.
I have Weird Al. He should be small or tiny though. So imagine him being much smaller. So
Hey,
you can-
question. While we're
Yes.
putting Weird Owl, since I obliterated that guy and no longer grappled, can I use my movement?
Yeah, you should be able to. Yeah.
Okay. Can I, before my turn's over, can I move just like right up on that guy? Sweet. Or actually, can I move like not right between him and Weird Owl? No, it's fine. Put me there. Put me there.
I would go first, anyways.
Okay.
But that is the only place you could be and still be next to him.
Okay. Perfect.
So he's got 60 feet of movement, so that's whatever mine is. And then
Yeah,
he's
no
gonna
problem.
use the dragon's breath.
All right. So
which-
how does your dragon's breath work?
So it's gonna be fire damage. It is 15-foot cone. Each creature dexterity save against my DC of 13, I believe, unless it's. I don't know.
Yeah, it should be.
Yes.
That's an 11. So you should take full damage.
3d6. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I got a 13. Do I save?
You wouldn't be there yet, right?
Yeah, it would be Owl.
Oh, it was
and
before.
Gudrun.
It was
Yeah.
before me. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay.
8 points damage.
8 points of
Fire damage.
Sure.
Yeah.
You tickle him quite well.
And then, if you can, fly into a nearest tree that's not above the thing.
Okay, so he's moved 30 feet.
He's
How
got
much?
60.
Okay, so he can move 30 feet up. He's 30 feet up in that tree.
Okay.
Okay, so after the confusion, then you have Twigsley attacking a Callie, and that's an 18 to hit.
You get a +4.
Yeah, that you weren't supposed to see that. Is that hits? That's 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
Ow.
Was that one baned or no?
No.
No,
It
it's
was
the
the one
one
that
that's
was
not
killed.
Yeah.
When you were explaining it, I was looking at something. I didn't look and see which one.
Yeah. There is still this one's still alive and this one's still Bane.
Yes.
Can you explain Bane for me?
They get a minus 1d4 on attacks and ability saves.
Thank you.
So you
Who rolls
watch.
the 1d4?
It's a concentration. I don't think I rolled that.
Did you take damage?
I
How much damage did you take?
no, that happened before my.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
Yeehaw.
So you watch, exploding out of the ground is another tiny little twig guy starting to wrap its arms around Ismark. Ooh, that's a natural 20 on Ismark.
Oh dear.
12 points of damage on Ismark, and he is grappled.
Irina, help.
Okay, so I have Irina Buyo up next. So Irina's going to move her 10, 20, 25 to get out of the entangled area. And she's just going to use her rapier to try to attack this. Get a 13. And...
Does she swing with advantage?
She wasn't able to move enough to flank.
Okay.
But it's grappling me.
7 points of piercing damage. As you watch, she just lunges forward in a few quick jabs, and she actually destroys the creature.
Yay.
Thank goodness we brought them along to carry us through the fights.
Sure, of course.
We're their
Okay.
bodyguards.
So I have Booyah.
With a distraction.
So I thought initially I could move all the way. Can I move all the way past around Callie to the other side of the?
So it would be 10.
Twig.
It'd be.
No,
where do
I
you
can
wanna
go through them
Yeah. So where do you want to go? Here.
on the other side. Yep.
So you're in this rough terrain. So it's gonna be 10, 20 to get out, and then 25 is gonna get you on the other
Perfect.
side.
I'm gonna get on the other side of the twig monster, and I'm gonna do Thunder Wave as a second level spell slot.
And let's see, Thunderwave is a 15-foot cube, and it's a Constitution save.
Constitution save.
15.
Uh-oh. There goes Booyo, killing again.
Almost count.
I'm centered on myself.
He just
That's a
loves killing.
So it makes 3d8
Oh God.
damage. 14 damage. An enormous boom radiates throughout the hills.
Almost like the lightning in the distance, you hear or thunder, I guess, come from Buyo and absolutely obliterate our twig boy. Yeesh.
Yeesh.
Oofta.
Oofta, honey.
Twigs don't stand a damn chance.
You hear the same, like, as
okay.
few more come out of the trees and surround Ismark.
He can handle it.
That is a 19 and a 17 to hit.
Maybe not.
So he takes 14 points of damage from the first and 8 points of damage from the second. So, what is that? What did I say, 14 first?
Yeah, 22.
Okay, 20. 14 and 8? 22, yeah. 20
Yeah.
points of damage, yeah.
I got your back, dog.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Alright. And with the 4, Helena, you're up, and you're restrained.
I am restrained, so I'll use my action to become unrestrained. Using my wolf teeth, gnawing at them, and pull them off. So I'm the furthest back green circle, correct?
Yep.
What is the distance to the red circle? If I go up,
15, 20, 25, 30,
I have 40 feet.
40. Oh, 35, 40. Another 10 feet to get to it.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. No, I can't move that close. I only have 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, oh. You're not going to use your... I thought you were saying you
I already used my
back.
action to get unrestrained.
Oh, yeah, you did. You're right. Okay, sorry. Thank you for being honest.
Yep. I waited my turn to move. Y'all are up.
So, he's gonna move.
What a scooty boy.
Stay within melee of Gudrun. And oh Jesus, he's gonna
Roll stands.
No,
He's gonna
it's
throw,
a fail.
He's gonna throw dice everywhere.
It's off the table. It's a fail.
Well, good thing he doesn't have to roll for what he's about to do.
He's gonna self-destruct.
Oh God.
Because he's gonna he's gonna cast Thunder Wave.
This freaking little bro.
Yep.
Dang.
I'm a little bro.
So watching Booyo cast Thunder Wave on one of his little twigs, he does the same to you two. So I need a Constitution saving throw from Gudrun and Helena.
And the owl.
No, Owl's 30 feet, 15 feet. Cute.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What'd you get?
Oh, sorry, I'll read out loud. That's a 7.
I have a 19.
19, so I think you take half damage and you don't fly away.
Yeah.
Beach.
Glad I came this way.
Gudrun's very familiar with the effects of Thunder Wave.
So, Gudrun, we'll do Helena first. Helena, you take 18 points of thunder damage and you fly 10 feet away?
Dear Lord.
Is it 10 feet? Do you fly away?
You say,
Yeah,
do you
push
say
10 feet
18?
away.
Yes, 10 feet
Alright,
away.
I take 5 damage as a person.
And you're no longer a wolf?
Nope. I can't type in my move.
And Gudrun, you take 9 points of thunder damage. Ismark, absolutely surrounded, is going to take a swipe at 2 of them. One after the other. Ooh, that's an 11, but then a natural 20. So he does, oh my god, 24 points of slashing damage to one of them. And just absolutely obliterates one. Beautiful. Way to be a dog, Ismark. Alright, I got Callie, Adonis, Gudrun. What are you doing?
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but with level 2 magic missile, that adds another dart, right?
Yes.
So.
And also a fireball centered on yourself.
That's the real reason I ran away.
So Callie is closing her eyes, taking another deep breath. Missile, 2nd level on this leader guy.
So yeah, you just roll damage. It's an automatic hit.
So there's 4 of them, right?
Yep, 1d4 plus 1 for each of them. 44 plus 4.
So 13. Did I do that right?
Yep.
I need you, Callie, to roll a d20.
Let's go.
Here it is, the 1. Okay. Okay.
Do you remember how to roll a percentage die?
What are the chances?
Right, 1 in 20.
Not
so
good.
5%. Will you
Every time.
roll?
Every time.
Not every time. It's 2 for 3. Right click
Okay,
on the
every other
D10 and click on the percentage D100 and give that a whirl for me.
Oh
boy.
Wait, what? This happened again? Oh my God.
Gudrun's a bit
That's
slow.
I was sorry. I
He's
got
our
I don't
Gudrun.
I don't even want to. Okay. Callie
You
took
can
a
do
really deep breath. She's very relaxed. This is gonna be fine, guys.
It's gonna be fine.
7.
Alright.
No, 57.
57.
Whew. Turn into a sheep.
Meteors start falling from the sky.
Magic missile again.
For the next minute, any flammable object you touch that isn't being worn or carried by another creature bursts into flames.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So you watch these like 4 radiant tendrils come out of her hands and they explode into this creature and you hear them go you guys are tougher than I thought. And you watch Callie's like hands and forearms just burst into a controlled flame, and her eyes turn to like a dark, flaming reddish orange.
He's in Kaioken.
Essentially.
Adonis, Gudrun.
No magic missile for you. Oh, sad.
I did not think I would be using
Adonis,
wild
Weird
magic
Owl,
constantly.
So, freaking Ismark, stop being surrounded. You know, seeing that these things keep popping up, I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt on the leader man. As long as I'm within 30 feet of
Is
that.
Witch Bolt a second level spell?
It is a first.
Okay. I don't know Witch Bolt that one. Sorry. Please help.
I have to roll a hit.
Can you mark Ismark's wounds on Fantasy Ground?
I can. I have it on
I
a
don't
piece.
remember.
I have it.
He's hurting pretty bad.
I have it on a piece of paper.
Okay. It's 22. Just when you get a minute
No,
down.
wait. Hold on. I might not be rolling this. Because Dragon's Breath is concentration, so yeah, I'm not gonna cast that. I always forget. Well, I'll cast Firebolt at it.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
Firebolt at it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
It is an 18.
Adonis, are you still restrained?
The feats, yeah.
Yeah, you are. So that's at disadvantage.
Well, then that's a 9.
9. So you fire off and you watch it like skitter right over his shoulder and barely miss Gudrun's face as it just goes off into the distance, and you watch this radiant fire energy like fall off the cliff.
Okay. So that's... Well, Weird Al's gonna get onto Gudrun's shoulder and do a blast of fire from his mouth and hit maybe the thing. What was it? Dexterity save?
It is a dexterity save. That is a 16.
Okay, so it takes half damage. Should have just rolled preemptively. 7 damage.
Freaking
And
rigged.
he is gonna fly and then fly back toward me. So perch on my shoulder.
So you're 40 feet away. And
He's got 60 feet of flight.
Do you want him to fly up and over?
No, he does not take opportunity attack. I want him to fly straight to me.
She would not be able to perch. She would just be floating over you at this point then. But that's fine.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
Yeah. I figured you want him to go above. You just
Just be near me.
weren't crystal
My boy.
clear is
My
all.
boy.
So needy.
Alright,
I-
Gudrun.
I am.
What are
Okay.
you doing?
I'm gonna.
This creature is just looking terribly beaten. He's like singed bark that's revealing his flesh, and it's peeling away, and you could see like melted flesh that's like molding with the bark, and just in terrible shape. He's panting heavily, bleeding
Okay.
from the mouth.
I'm going to swing with a reckless attack.
Alright,
Great act.
Yeah.
make an attack with advantage.
Nice.
24.
24 definitely hits.
Okay. 11, and then I'm also going to reactivate as a bonus action my Storm Aura for another 2 points of fire damage. So I'm gonna go ahead, I pick up the axe, and I'm gonna cut off one of his arms, just boom, swing the axe straight down, and then I'm gonna hold the axe in my right hand, look up, and just freaking scream, and just fire's just gonna fly out and just burn the shit out of this guy.
So you watch as he's standing on all fours. He loses one of his limbs, and his like head and neck slammed to the ground. He tries to pick himself up, but he just gets engulfed in this flame, completely consumed. And he is dead. Burnt to a crisp on the ground. Oof. Oof da. Look at you guys. Coming together.
We were fucking pissed that time.
Right?
I feel like I've helped.
Oh, Helena.
I thought those little weedy boys, are they just gonna fall away?
Well, Irina's gonna try to stab one. Not gonna take the risk and does 2 points of piercing damage. 2, 6. Okay. That is Irina's turn. It's Booyo, and then Helena, you're up next.
I'm gonna move, I guess, beside Irina, if I can. And while I move past Callie, I would like to do bonus action of giving her inspiration.
Okay.
Can I make it all the way to within reach?
That's 25 feet.
That's my 25 feet?
Yep.
Alright, then in that case, I'll do Dissonant Whispers on the creature that Irina had just attacked.
Alright. That's a save? A wisdom save?
Oops, it's the wrong one. It is, yes. I keep doing the wrong thing. Wisdom
There you
save.
go.
That's a 17 to save.
17 saves. So I start whispering to myself towards the twig blight, and nothing actually apparently seems to happen.
It's a twig. It doesn't really know what horrendous things you're trying to whisper at it.
May not be able to hear me either.
Okay, so you have the 2 that are going to attack Ismark. We're at 10 and a 16, so 1 hits. Only 6 points of damage to Ismark,
Hey,
and he is grappled. Okay, Helena, it's your turn.
hey! Oh no. How far away is Mark?
60 feet.
60 feet. Well, in that case, I will walk up 10 feet or so towards him and pick up some stones, maybe, if there's any along the way.
Sure.
Use my bonus action to enchant them.
You still have 1 enchanted stone in your pocket from when Helena was killing Booyo.
It was probably expired. Only about a minute.
Oh, okay, never mind. You still have a stone in your pocket from when Helena was killing Booyo.
Are there any stones around me, though?
Make a perception check.
Yay, 17.
There are 2 stones by you.
I'll pick them up.
Okay.
And use a bonus action to enchant all of them.
Okay.
And use an action to throw one at the twig that's flying.
Right or left?
Can I hit the right one?
This one or the other one?
That one, the one.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an attack.
Okay, making an attack.
You do. I will make an attack. And I miss, so. Oh, I roll an 8.
Hits a tree, it scatters off the bark, you watch it roll on the path and just down the cliff. All the way down. And it's Mark's turn. He's gonna make an attack on each one. Hopefully missing both. Just like completely, he is grappled by both. So there's like vines that are coming up, like grabbing around his neck, all the way up his shoulders, and he's trying to get his long sword free to strike it, and he's like able to cut into the bark on both of them, but he's so restrained he actually can't cut into it. I got Caliodonis, Gudrun.
So Callie can run over to where Ismark is. How likely is it that she can punch both of her fists immediately?
It is not likely, but you can punch one of them. All right, you can attack both of them with a pretty severe disadvantage. But you can do it.
Going for the flare here. She feels really, really confident now that both of her arms are on fire and everything looks really cool. So she's kind of running over, trying to go like, "Ah!"
Well, this would be. How much movement do you have?
It'd be like, 30. So then it would be
10,
like a
20, 25. You could actually only get to one of them.
Then with the bonus action, if I like skirt it just over a little bit.
This is what you got.
Okay, fine. She punches through one of them if possible. She wants to light his head on fire.
Alright, go ahead and make just a melee attack. So you should just roll a d20 plus 4.
Oh, so 6.
You're like trying to grab.
Bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I'd like to use the bardic inspiration and add.
I don't know if 12 is enough, but
You can add a d6.
Okay, it literally rolled a 6, but outside of the box. I'll do it again though. That's fine.
I trust you. 6.
Okay, you trust me. Just ignore the 1 then.
So you grasp at it and you're able to grab the top of its branches, and you watch as like all these like little tiny leaves on top of its branches start to catch on fire, but the fire is so small they just extinguish almost immediately. It doesn't seem to affect it. Adonis Gudrun.
Adonis. I will try to break out of these restraints. Still going on. Is that just an action and I'm out of it, or?
I believe
Strength
check.
Oh, it's either way, it's the same. 5.
You are restrained.
Yes, I
Sorry,
am.
and that is still your action.
The owl will go next to Ismark and try to hit the one on the right there.
The
With
owl.
The dragon's breath.
What is?
The owl.
Please refer to him by his name. He's not just.
Owl Yankovic will make an.
All right, go ahead and make an attack. Oh no, it's a dex save for me. Dex save.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's a natural 1, so that's full damage on Twiggy Boy.
12.
Fire starts to creep and swirl around this twig, and you just watch like all of its branches, leaves, the vines that work its way up it just consume it in a brief second, and ash crumbles to the ground in a pile.
Come back to me, my owl. Come back to me, owl.
Dang, bruh.
Weird owl.
Gudrun.
Mr. Yank.
I'm gonna. Can I get all the way over to a little bush boy over there?
Push.
What's your movement? 30?
30.
Christ.
You can't.
Okay. I'm going to
Kill it.
use my axe. Reckless attack.
Go ahead and make an attack.
Natural 20.
Oh no.
Christ, this thing.
So a D20 or D12.
21, and then another one. 10,
Oh,
10,
yeah.
so 31, and then just for flavor, I'm gonna also do the second slash with my little bonus attack. Do I have to roll for that? My little unarmed strike?
Just-
damage?
I believe you get to add your D4.
Alright.
Oh no, as a bonus action you make another attack. So yeah, you do
Oh.
have to make another attack.
Okay. 9.
Plus
No flate.
No, it's a
Or do I add the strength or the +5 to that?
+5, yeah, so 14 hits.
For flavor. Here we go. Another 4. 35 damage.
It's another 7, so
Oh, yeah,
38 damage.
Oh, yeah.
Wolf Run is here to play.
For reference, it had 4 HP.
Gudrun could have, like, shoved it the right way, and it would have just...
Gudrun's all her dad.
Bye. Bye,
That-
Bush boy.
That's how it happens. You just say bye.
Bye, Bush boy. I'm literally gonna blow air on it, like, and then I'm gonna touch it with my axe, and then touch it with my talon, and then it's just gonna freaking die. Goodbye.
Just cut it perfectly on all of its little tree veins.
Pressure points, and then it just, like bad anime.
Poor gal.
Like that.
Poor gal.
Cow.
It's a female tree.
Yeah.
Gudrun's sexist. He rolls advantage
Finally,
against
I'm
females.
out.
So,
Guys, okay, wait. Nobody went down. Nobody.
Nobody even got close.
I mean,
I don't know.
Knock on wood,
Ismark
but-
took a lot of damage, almost 40.
he got surrounded. Yeah, but we all know he's okay. He's loving it.
Was the
Ismark
fire double damage?
Ismark has like twigs still like embedded in his like neck, and he's bleeding from it, and he just has like vines tightly wrapped around his arms, and his fingers are turning purple. Like he's in rough shape, and you're like, oh yeah, Ismark's fine. Fuck that guy.
No, he's strong.
Look
He's
at him.
doing all Ismark. He just wants attention.
Yeah, he's still.
Look at. I mean, he looks good with scars. Is
We
Callie
did
still
it.
on fire?
Callie is for like another 30 seconds.
Callie, I'm glad you contained it within yourself a little more.
We're proud of you.
I guess Madame Eva told you exactly what you needed to hear.
Oh, here. What was that? She made. Speak up, dear.
You're very soft spoken there, Callie. I'd like to hear what you have to say, though.
Guess it's a good thing that I didn't do anything for the entire group.
Those dark magic missiles. I'll get you every time.
Well,
I do feel more confident though, so that's good.
I'm so proud of you.
We're all standing. This is great.
But you did plenty of damage. You did plenty for the group.
I think I did
But when-
70.
When your
Thanks,
arms are aflame and you just want to punch somebody's skull and turn it into fire, and it doesn't happen, makes you feel like less of a being.
It's okay.
Um,
It's okay, Callie.
Callie,
I want to hug her,
please,
knowing that I did 0 damage and did nothing.
please do not direct that towards me or my sister. I would greatly appreciate it.
You could punch a tree while you still got it, or you could set Helen on fire because she's hugging you.
You got 10 seconds.
I'm wearing it.
Okay. Do the bugs count? Do they count?
You got 10 seconds.
That can
As
be our
Helena
campfire for
approaches,
the night.
Sally's kind of like bringing her arms back, like, wait, you don't understand. I really can't shut it off.
Hug me.
she's gonna run over to a tree and just take it out on the tree.
And you burn up a poor, just a poor normal tree. Which
And once again, Helena goes hugless. Just another day in Helena's life.
Ooh,
So sad.
It's the real curse.
we love you, Helena.
Lack of hug.
I just
Can we roll for the tree damage?
yeah, please do.
Please, for the flavor.
You
What?
might
1d8
disappoint
fire
yourself.
damage. Well, first make an attack on the tree.
See if you can hit the stationary tree.
No.
Okay, now go ahead and roll 1d8 fire damage.
Hey.
Goodbye,
Ooh.
tree.
Fun.
Goodbye.
Kelly, you burned this tree up so well, I removed the removable tree from my map.
Yes.
And I even put a fire triangle on it to depict that it's burning. So,
Like kind of does one of these like.
but
like,
now
fire
there's
starts,
this
all the fire's gone.
there's this bright light beacon of exactly where you are burning up on this tree.
That's really cool. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I think we should go.
Can I grab
kinda
the root that I was
skipped over
picking?
to Helena and gives her a little like quick hug.
You do still get the root, and you do get
grab that
food
shit.
for each one of you for the day.
Everybody hug Helena.
No, don't hug me.
Group hug!
Group hug.
I have worms. Stop. You
It's
don't want
okay.
this.
There's no room for me. It's fine. I'll stay over here.
It's for the
Let us
best.
get in here.
No.
Weird Owl. Even you.
So,
Weird Al would want the worms.
you,
He does not need to eat. He's fine.
I
Are
might
you-
have to cast Healing Spirit because it's the only person that likes me.
on Ismark, because he's dying.
He's fine.
He's just awful. He looks awful, and we're all just like, look, he looks great.
You just watch him, like, dragging one of his feet that are still just wrapped up and penetrated in, like, his calf. You can see, like, one branch that went completely through his calf and another through his, like, thigh. And he's, like, bleeding profusely on just down his right leg and from his neck.
We just need a long
Points
rest.
of damage did he take?
He took...
I think you said like 40 something.
He took
36.
He took 42 points of damage.
Why does it say he has 36 temporary hit points?
What? He shouldn't.
That's
no.
confusing.
He should not have that. What?
We just need a long
Where?
rest. So, all
We have to be so close.
things considered, do we keep going?
I think we can't stay here now that this tree's on fire. And
Oh my god.
Can someone help out his wife, please?
Oh, so as Callie's like kind of pulling away from her hug with Helena,
He has
kinda
more
like,
health.
What? That's not.
He looks
Probably
fine.
not.
He has 20. He has 25 health,
He's
What?
fine.
which is more health than 3 of you, 4 of you,
Everybody.
except
Okay,
Gudrun.
but do you want him to keep taking hits?
Hey, me
"He's in
too,
rough
by the
shape,
way.
Helena."
Took 18.
He is.
Gudrun only has 17 health. Ismark still has the most health in the party. He can quit being a baby. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, you be that way. If he takes that much damage, you...
No, we need a long rest.
we almost there.
I'll
I'm
heal
with
him.
Helena on this. We need to stop. We need to stop pushing ourselves.
I can just heal him. It's just know if one of you gets hurt,
You only have 3 more first level spells.
oh, I'll have a lot. So how would Healing Spirit work out of combat? Because it's a 1-minute concentration. For every time someone ends their turn in the same square as the spirit, they get 1d6 health.
So every minute he rolls a die
Let me see.
for 10d6 health.
Yeah.
So it's on a 5-foot cube.
I had like 5 hit cubes.
So what?
So can we all heal?
What does a healing spirit look like? And where are you
It's
cast?
a bully.
Oh,
It's a bullywog.
It's bullywog, and you're casting it on Ismark.
Yeah. So a cute little transparent bullywog is going to help him and pull out his vines.
Well, you,
Maybe. I mean, if it's efficient, we'll see.
so you can roll a d6 as many times as you would like, up to 10, and then you can even ask someone else to move into it if...
Oh, I can move him.
Okay, then you can move him if you would like. So
Okay.
go-
Well, we'll
go
start
ahead.
with our boy.
Yep, so go ahead and just start rolling d6s until you want to stop. And just...
Well, that's a good one. All right. So he gets a 1.
Okay,
You keeping track?
yep,
All right. All right. He gets 5,
okay.
9.
What, 9?
He's
Yeah,
he's
he's
dabbling on his own.
Adding them.
Oh,
13.
Just wait, no. Just tell me each
17.
individual. Oh,
Okay, stop.
stop. So I got the 1 and I got the 5. What's next?
So
So
it's 1 and a 4.
It's 1, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Oh, I hate you so much. 1.
I was adding it up for you.
4.
Was that 17? You
He's
can have 1 more.
okay.
There you go. There's 20.
Oh,
It's a 3.
Oh my god.
I didn't roll a 20 on my d6.
So you rolled a total of 20 health, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I got when you said your numbers.
Alright, I'm gonna pass some good. I have 4 more, so I'm gonna give 1 to Callie. The bullywog's gonna go give Callie a nice pat on the head
Aw,
and give her 6 health.
thanks.
Ooh.
Okay. Remember
And
you
then-
got
Couldn't
hit.
roll that for your boy Ismark, but whatever.
He got a lot of 4s, which he should be happy about,
It's above average.
considering my rolls. I'll go give Adonis. He'll scratch Adonis's beard,
Yeah, dude.
and he'll get 6 health as well.
I have a beard.
Jeez.
The bullywog spirit will go to Gudrun and give him 5 and 4, so 9.
Wow.
What a good spirit boy.
Yeah, and then with that, the bullywog waves goodbye
Waves goodbye. That's awesome.
and disappears.
Goodbye.
Boy,
Julio's gonna feel a little left out not having to get to interact with the spirit, even though he's not hurt.
left out by not getting hurt.
It's okay. I could change that next fight, Booyah.
Yeah, fix this Mark's health.
Okay.
I mean, Helena didn't give herself health.
I didn't.
He had 42, so what should he have now?
22.
20 million.
22 wounds.
Look,
The heart
he's
of
in
Azeroth
the
has been
green
wounded.
now, and he still has taken more damage than all of you combined.
And still has more health on all of us combined.
Actually,
He's our bodyguard.
he's taken exactly all of your health combined. God, you're so lucky he decided to come with you.
I know.
He's the executioner, like I said.
Imagine if we had Ismark the Greater, though. We'd be way stronger.
He'll get there one day. Stop.
I mean, yeah, he's strong for us, but as far as Ismarks go, he's kind of a bitch.
He's more greater than
He
us.
he doesn't like that, and he cries and he leaves.
No.
Aw.
No,
You're
he's-
the greatest. Come back.
He's happy that there's a bullywog pulling sticks out of his...
He goes to search for the
Orifices.
bullywog.
He cries and he leaves his sister and gives up forever.
This is out of character. I don't like it. The game's going off the rails.
So Callie kind of looks around. Did any of you guys take my wrist cuff?
What?
What?
I look around Theodore to see if he's wearing his cuff.
I had this wrist cuff. It had some rubies in it, and it was really nice. I don't know if you guys ever noticed me wearing it. It's gone.
I don't think I ever noticed.
I noticed...
What's the significance of your wrist cuff?
It doesn't matter, but it's gone.
I think it does matter.
I don't know.
I told
Why
you
does
I
it matter,
controlled
Brie?
your
Are
magic.
you holding out?
Maybe Callie just likes to accessorize.
Maybe.
No, I think that if we all look closely, everybody has lost something.
I mean, I have.
Adonis has lost an orb or
Did
something.
you know that?
I forget what it was.
He does.
Okay.
It
How
was.
does he know that? Did I say it
Callie.
out loud? I can't.
I
has
don't
lost
remember if
her
you
wrist
did
cuff.
actually, but you were looking for it and you only found the crystal one and not the varnished. I can't remember if you actually said it out loud or not though.
And now I did.
Wait,
All of
I
us
lost something?
have I lost the silver short sword. That's no longer a thing.
Oh,
But was your bracelet or whatever something you had before you got here?
Yeah, it's been in my family for a long time.
So we all
Whose
got
was
stuff
it?
taken from us that we found here. This is different to me. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe not.
Helena and Gudrun, do you know what you guys have lost? Have you lost anything personal that you've gathered?
Can I check my bags for Theodore?
Make an investigation check.
How sad
Yeah.
would this be? Why do you make me do this?
I need to investigate for what the heck I am missing too, because I don't have a damn clue. Wait, my bling bling.
10.
You reach into your normal pockets and pouches where Theodore would be, and he's not there.
No, where is he? I can't go on.
You mean
Can't believe he's gone.
I can't go.
I need an investigation check from you, Gudrun.
What are you gonna do without your little rat?
Didn't you just have it?
Nothing.
When I got the owl? We talked about
14,
it.
but then -1, so 13.
So you begin to pat yourself, and you notice that something you've used to keep yourself fed is not where it normally is. Your hunter's trap.
What the heck?
You begin to frantically search your bag, and as you do this, Helena, Theodore pokes his head out of your boot,
What's he doing there?
or just right out of your pant leg, and
What a
he comes down. He's on the floor, and he's just kind of looking up at you. And he's like, he looks kind of hungry. It's been about 10 hours.
He's gonna get ice knifed. Keeps this.
Theodore?
Dang, Helena.
God.
I'm gonna shake him.
Shake him?
I'm gonna be like, "Don't you do that again? You scared me so much."
Oh, God.
So,
You
oh,
stay in the bag.
All right,
the
roll
only one not missing something?
1d4 force damage.
No. I don't want to.
It's only got one health.
It's the only time I roll high.
Gudrun, you start to frantically look through your pack, and for some reason, you normally have it somewhere outside of your pack, but this time you packed your hunter's pack away in your pack, and it's actually still there. So
I
Helena,
don't think I'm missing any.
Helena, Gudrun, you don't notice anything missing.
Ellie kind of huffs and opens her pack and starts digging through it, looking for her cuff that maybe she took off and forgot.
Make a investigation check for me.
Who's that freaking guy trying to sell the potions?
19.
It's nowhere to be found.
Bastard.
It does like one of these.
This is something that Madame Eva told me, that we all were missing something. Whether she wasn't entirely clear about that, but she mentioned Callie, your cufflet specifically, and I had remembered that Adonis was looking around for something. I may or may not have known exactly what it was, but and then she pointed out that the sword that I had picked up at the Durst house was gone. So
Did she mention the significance of any of this? or-
no, she did not have a reason, and it seemed to be fairly random. Other than Adonis, your item and my item both came out of the Durst house.
Right.
I'm gonna start rifling through my bags in a mad, crazed search.
Rifle time.
Do I find my deck of playing cards?
My prized possession that I've never used.
They're still there.
Oh, I pull them out of my bag. Oh, thank God. Lost
Hell, you have cards? You've had cards this whole time?
Man, I thought I lost.
What a way
I'll
to
throw them back in my bag. That's a mess with a finger and a rat and a comb. And
Maybe a finger. Yeah.
there's bat shit in there.
Guana.
Thank you.
Guano.
I
It
didn't
was
really
a nail
understand.
bat.
I didn't understand what she meant by it, but she did say that everyone was missing something.
That gets disgusting.
Well,
It may not be tangible, even. Who knows?
That Raw Dune or anybody that he was with, I just can't think of when I would have lost it or why we would be missing these.
mine was gone before there, I do believe. So
You didn't notice it at the bridge. Excuse me. You noticed it at the bridge.
yeah. So I think this may have happened well before, probably when we all went down and either hallucinated or experienced things. Who knows what happened? It was all pretty hazy, foggy even.
I mean, there's a fog all around us.
Exactly.
We have no shadows. It's a
We
weird place.
Continue on
Yes,
towards
my shadow.
Vallaki now that we've healed up.
Now that we found the playing cards.
That we
I'm feeling okay, but I think we can push through maybe an hour, maybe two, and make it there. I
I
really
think
think
so,
it's
too.
worth it.
Me too.
I'm unhappy about it, but I'll follow.
Take a bite of my root, raw root, and just start walking towards Vallaki. Hopefully, Vallaki.
So, since you left the woods, which was 8 hours, it took you about 30 minutes, roughly, to where you ran into this four-legged entity that spoke common, and its foliage creatures that were trying to consume you for whatever reason. And you made pretty quick work of it. But you head back on the road, and again, I need a Constitution saving throw from each of you.
9.
Yay.
Do I still have that bardic inspiration for forever ago?
Dang it. No, definitely not. It's only 10 minutes.
Yay!
Yeah.
Helena rolled high.
16.
I got a 17.
I keep forgetting about Lucky.
We're not in
Forgot
love
it, like, way back.
anymore.
Anyway.
What is lucky?
Reroll ones because you're a
Halfling,
halfling. Yeah. Okay, I need a Callie, and who else needs a roll?
Callie rolled.
Oh, what
You
did you
rolled
get,
9.
Callie? 9?
9.
Yeah, I got a 9 as well, so we both.
Got 13.
Wait, is that
Okay.
her second?
Yes. That is also Ismark's second.
Puyo's a strong boy.
Don't you? If you hit like 6 exhaustion, don't you just die?
Yep.
Yeah, but I think you become immobile before that.
So at this point, Ismark and Callie both are moving at half speed, heavily breathing, hardly able to pick up their feet. Ismark just still troubled from his wounds, or still branches like growing out of his limbs, and just exhausted. Callie struggling with the elevation changes and the just pure energy that it took to create these flames out of her arms. So you make it another stretch. And the old
Guys.
Spalish road. Go ahead.
I think we've made it far enough away from the burning tree. I really think we should stop. I mean, look at these guys.
Wait,
Any friends?
God was about to say something.
Well, as you're finishing your final stretch, you notice the old Spalish road transition here from being a winding path through the Balanach Mountains to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into a fog-filled valley.
Oh, no way, boy.
In the heart of the valley, you see a walled tower. Near the shore of the great mountain lake, its waters dark and still. There's a branch in the road that leads west to a promontory atop which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill, its warped wood vanes stripped bare.
Guys, it's the windmill.
Booyah, and I don't think now's the time.
I agree. It's dark. It's raining. We got 2 of our members exhausted to the point of lapsing. I think we should stop for the night.
I was like,
So we see that, and then we also see a tower, or is that the tower you're talking?
The tower is the windmill, and it's breaking
Okay.
off. So the trail heads to the west and down into this fog-filled valley, and then you have the windmill just over to the west. But you could continue the path that curved like this. You can continue it this way, or you can break off west. So you have north or west, and you could go down the valley to the windmill, or you can continue on your path.
Guys, maybe we should just camp for the night at the windmill.
Oh, we can't. Yeah, that's a strong vote from Buyo for camping.
At the windmill.
We're not at the windmill.
Look, we should camp at the windmill.
Shut up,
We
Helena.
should camp. All right,
You don't get a say. You'll just encourage it. They'll want to do.
It looks safe.
Yeah, all I've ever heard about it is how safe it is.
You said the windmills to the west, and then the wall, or like the wall raising is north.
No, that is.
It's just a path into the
Oh,
valley.
just a path.
Yeah. And then you have north,
to the
which
windmill.
is the path
No, the windmill's in the valley.
Yeah.
Can
So
we-
the windmills to the west, normal paths to the north.
Where does the normal path go? Is that where we see the wall? I'm so
We don't.
No,
we
no,
don't
no,
see-
no.
North is just the path we're going on. West is where there's a wall, there's a windmill. The tower thing he's talking about, the windmill.
I thought they were two different things.
The
My bad.
stone windmill.
No, there's a
The
wall.
windmill is made of stone.
There's a walled tower.
Oh.
That is the windmill.
It would be
Once
a great
again,
fortified
yeah,
place
okay.
to camp.
Ellen, I'm not going there. Why do you want to go there?
I just want to get out of the harsh outdoors.
What is your motivation for this, Helena?
I'm just saying. I mean, I haven't heard anything bad about it.
Nothing.
What have
Nothing
you
bad.
heard about it?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Okay.
No, we haven't talked about it.
We have
No, yeah, just beside.
accounts from ourselves. I'm
Maybe
not
the
against
warning wasn't to avoid the windmill. Maybe the warning was to avoid not camping at the windmill.
So let's not camp at it and keep going.
Still possessed.
We can keep going. That's really my vote.
I am
What do you-
worried about Callie and Ismark.
I can
need
help.
to rest.
I can help one of
All right.
if we continue.
I mean, my votes stay here.
I don't know if there's anywhere to camp other than on the path.
That's maybe off to the side a little bit, but
Build us a moat.
I guess it's up to Ismark and Callie. I mean, you guys, what do you feel?
I'll let the lady decide.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
I'm up for whatever the group wants to do. I just might be a little slower than usual. Just
Well,
feel
Callie,
very tired.
you can ride me if you want.
Adults, we're adults.
Literally, all of us were trying to be adults.
That's up to you.
Thank you for the offer. Colin.
Obviously, not as I am now.
Helena, we have Ismark as well. We have two people who are struggling here.
That's fine. We can't. All
So I
right.
think we should.
Isn't the deed for the windmill at Vallaki?
Yes, it is. I don't know that it's this
So that
windmill
would-
or another windmill.
I mean, I'd say we're pretty close if that's what the deed's stating. It's got to be just outside the city.
I'll just start digging them.
Guys, all right, we'll go. Let's go.
Whoa,
Let's keep
whoa.
going.
I've already started digging my hole.
Helena, stop digging your holes.
We'll bring it with you.
In your holes.
Bring it with you. What a dad move. You've got better at home.
Fill in the hole.
Aww.
All right, we going?
Let's go. Let's see how much further we get.
I'll use wild shape to turn into a horse.
You wanna try? You wanna try to ride Ismark and Callie?
No, just Kelly.
Wow, the disrespect.
I'll keep my hand on Ismark, offering guidance the whole way.
Callie's
that
always
give
been nice
him-
to me.
An ability or a advantage on ability checks?
That is. So it's a cantrip. It is D4 on ability checks. It's concentration up to a minute, but I'm just gonna keep
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
keep it up.
Yeah, makes sense.
I also have a speed of 60.
Okay, well, Ismark has a speed of 15.
Well, we're leaving him. Kidding.
Oh wait, this is a save, isn't it?
So,
Ability check. Yeah.
is it save or check?
It's check. So
Okay.
whatever, I'll do it anyway.
Maybe it'll work.
It'll work for who knows what could happen.
If all else fails, I have some rope. We can drag him.
Oh man.
So you guys travel for 30 minutes.
I never had level 3 yet.
And you're realizing you're not making very much ground. Not like normal. You travel another 30, it's been about an hour, and you're at where you should be 30 minutes ago. And now I need each of you to make a Constitution save.
Oops.
15.
I don't know why it did disadvantage.
I'm sorry.
I dropped a 10,
23.
so on that, for some reason, disadvantage.
Look at our Constitution boy, though, Gudrun. Does Callie really have to roll since she's not walking?
No, Kelly doesn't have to.
Woohoo!
All I expect is for you to comb my
I
thick...
don't like he's looking it up because that means
Well, so what did everybody get? Run them off to me.
I got a 10.
Okay.
15.
Well, no, you would have had 13, Ben. No, are you? Yeah.
I don't think it matters. I don't know how that worked. I don't know why it did. I could just do one without that. I just rolled
Okay.
again. I don't know why that's on there.
Yeah, do it again.
I have a
Dude,
4.
I'm not in charge. I shouldn't tell you what to do.
It's okay. You can do it again.
Okay.
Ooh, your boy.
18.
Okay.
Gudrun got that 23.
Callie? Oh, it doesn't need to. Helena?
A good roll. 15.
Okay, you would have had advantage anyways.
As a horse?
Yep. So you just see Ismark and even Callie. Like, Callie's dead exhausted, hardly conscious on this horse, trying to make it, and you're still moving at
This horse.
Yeah, come on.
at
You
half
make us call the owl.
at
Weird
half speed. Are you continuing?
I'm already a horse.
It's almost
I
Riding
cannot
on
do
a
this.
horse.
it's got to be getting close to midnight.
Gonna take my horse to Old Valley Road.
Yeah.
Can we see anything in front of us?
Make a perception check.
Horses aren't very perceptive. Anyone else percept?
I got the horses
Mine's
in the
flat.
back. Callie is attached.
With my horse eyes, I see with a 12.
You don't notice anything other than the road in front of you. Some trees that hug the west side of the path.
Literally wrapping my baby.
Booya's just gonna stay quiet and dig in. He's pissed though. He's really upset.
I like it.
All right. So we're
I'm just a horse.
pushing on again.
Let's go.
Another hour goes by, and I need a check from each of you.
Oh my god.
Is this how?
Team, boy.
Is
Is this how we die again?
Oh, okay.
No, you physically have to stop before you die. Don't worry.
I got an 18 with advantage.
Did Callie
18.
make one this time?
14.
Look at us.
We're all good. Right? Yes.
He really doesn't want us to get to Vallaki because he doesn't have it prepared.
Buyo, your speed is now halved.
What?
14? Alright.
It gets harder the longer
That's right,
you're
yeah.
pushing on.
Oh my gosh, we need to stop.
No, we didn't. So now I'm even slower than Ismark is.
Yep. Are you gonna
Yeah.
push forward?
Man, this is garbage. Ismark said we could make it. I hate him.
Blue's just gonna stop at this point. He's gonna plop down, start unpacking his bedroll. He doesn't care what everybody else is doing.
So you do.
He's fuming, by the way.
Fuming.
So
You can
you
see the heat rising off of him, just the anger.
So you're winding through this trail, and it moves like super far east, and then begins to wrap around the trees to the west that you're following, and you're now surrounded by trees on the east and west. There's a small opening that shows what looks to maybe be a shore or just more fog. You can't tell for sure, but there's a random opening in the woods. This is where you're at currently. You can choose to push on, or you can call it quits.
Booyah's not going a step further.
I'm gonna look through my weird owl's eyes, and have him go 100 feet out
Which direction?
through where the opening is, like along the path that we've been going. And
Well, so there's the path that's going this way, and the openings and the trees over here.
okay, well, he'll go the opening first, I guess.
So
Kind of take a.
he flies out. Make a perception check for him.
Let's see. He's got 120 foot dark vision. Trying to see if I have any, like. Is it his perception or mine?
Yours or his? Sorry, it's his.
Okay. Got a 9. I don't know if he gets advantage.
He gets
Does it rely
a.
on hearing or sight? Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
As long as he has dark vision, he does.
Yes,
Yep.
he
Yeah,
does.
nice
Oh,
advantage.
9. Okay, cool.
So what is it? 9?
Yeah.
So
he
he-
starts looking.
But he goes to the path, and he could just see the gentle movement of just a slightly disturbed water from the rain. He's over a body of water. What looks to be, it's like a very dark pool.
Okay.
The Sayer pool.
Can I have him now come back and go further up the path?
Yes, and we're going to keep the same roll. He goes up the path, and the path just continues. You're further than 100 feet from any destination.
But he can't see out anything. Okay.
No, so that'd be 220 feet. He doesn't
Yeah.
he doesn't see a
There's
destination.
more winding road. And then, okay. I will silently as well just sit down, feeling defeated.
I'll horse. I don't know
it
if horses lay down. I don't think it's good if.
Horses stand up.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna horse.
I'll
can lay
feed
down.
Helen a horse some berries.
Could do both.
Still be
Prefers apples, but accepts your berries.
Yeah. Do you feed her palm up? This is important.
Feed her what?
Do you feed her palm up?
Yes. I don't want my thumb being bitten. Yes.
All right, good answer.
This encounter happens, Callie's just kind of sliding off Helena's back and getting her bedroll out.
And
I'm gonna just stay awake and tell everyone I'm gonna take first watch.
all right.
Although he is very wise, I'll stay up with him.
Thank you.
I'll be standing up, but I close my horse eyes.
But I am gonna keep sitting on the ground, not talking.
Okay. And with that, everyone who is resting is able to find sleep through pure exhaustion, not comfort, as the rain pours into your bedrolls. And this is where we'll pick up next week.
Horse. You know I'm getting
Alright.
He is trying to keep us out of that damn city.
It's not my fault you pushed longer than 8 hours.
Hey,
What
our
time
guide
is it
said we could make it. I believe every word that comes out.
Past midnight. It's
Beautiful
like
mouth.
2 a.m.
It's
1 a.m.,
well,
2 a.m.
it's well past midnight. At this point, you can't tell. But yeah,
Listen, the
it's-
first thing Ismark told us when we met him was like, yeah, Vallaki, it's a couple hours away.
Not that far.
I've heard it's a few hours away.
Yeah,
I
it's a few hours.
actually in my
Or he's leading us astray.
or you guys
knows?
traveled to a bridge and then traveled super far away from a bridge and then traveled super far back to the bridge
He's evil.
and then continued on the path at half speed through most of the travel past the bridge.
Okay.
But you know, or he was just super wrong and he's
No,
trying
he's
to kill
evil.
all of you. Yeah.
He's definitely. If you move around the letters in Ismark the Lesser, it spells Strahd get fucked.
Here I am waiting for something creative. Or not creative. Like, real.
That is real.
He's onto something.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like Tom Marvolo Riddle.
That's
Okay. Everyone go to bed.
Yep, I'm going to bed.
Bye, friends. Love you. See you. I don't remember what day, when, but it's next week, so I won't sleep for a week, and we'll get this done.
I think
Love it.
it's a week exactly.
Is it
Sweet.
Tuesday? Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it's Tuesday.
I'll probably text you tomorrow about it because it's in my workbook bag, and I'll be like, "Hey guys, don't forget we play on this date, and also you need to do this and this and this and that and this and that." And
Yep,
this
it
and
is.
That and this and then below.
And then we go.
Technique.
Then there's a rock slide, and you still don't make it to Vallaki.
Probably because I need my sleep, but you know, we'll see. Hey! Thank you all for tuning in to our shenanigans once again. I did hit record this time for the whole time, so
So did I.
we have two of the same episodes if you'd like to watch it back to back. So thanks for tuning in. Ryan, where'd you go? Are you packing? You bitch.